Welcome to ZOE Game Night.
Woo!
Yeah.
Woo!
I'm James Durham. I'll be your GM and host this evening. And I have got a full house of people.
Yeah.
Why don't we take a look at them and not me?
Yeah.
Not so much?
No, we're just gonna look at James.
Just all day.
That's a lot better.
Hello there.
Whew. And we've even got some empty seats. We got more people joining us.
Yes.
Don't worry. Oh, look, there's one of them
There's
now.
one.
Woo!
He's right there.
And we've got more individuals along the way. Christian and I came up with a fun little game to play this evening. We're going to be playing some of the Savage Worlds rules, which you've seen us play a lot of recently. There's certainly a reason for that.
Best game system, whatever. No big deal.
Yes, Paladin and Madeline are here.
And then our new.
Is me.
Well,
Oh,
he's
look,
not
this
our
is
new
somebody
friend.
new.
He's
Hello,
one of our
everyone.
Never
friends.
seen him before.
You may recognize him from the background of Journey Quest.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
For about a half a second.
Yeah, but
I noticed you were
I'm
there.
there though.
He's there. This is our friend Bobby. And he's rad.
Hi everyone.
Yeah.
Excited to be here.
Bobby does some other performance stuff too.
I do a little bit of burlesque in town, and I'm seen around doing karaoke quite frequently,
And some acting.
and some acting as well.
He does some acting.
Acting.
Speaking of acting, because we had so much fun coming up with them, why don't you take a minute and tell us about some of the characters that are going to be playing today?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we went a little crazy with character creation because of the parameters we were given. The idea is that everybody is a villain from a fictional thing of some kind. So we have somebody from a failed toy line. We have a villain from a failed action cartoon. We have a villain from a failed nighttime sitcom on Fox. Animated, of course. We have a character from a failed board game. And we have...
I'm the 8-bit.
Oh yeah, the character from a failed video game.
Yeah.
And they're very, very
Not
interesting.
just failed.
No, not just failed, but like forgotten by time, I think is the
Yeah.
idea, right?
Yes.
They were
the
just
ones
they
that
were
just disappeared.
yeah. So for example,
Do you want me to introduce mine?
so yeah, from the
Okay.
from the video game Robo Rex the Squirrel.
Yes, from the video game Roborex the Squirrel, I am Professor Dr. Wacko, who is a mad scientist and is quite brilliant, but also obsessed with penguins. So I just really want my character in the game was that I was going to turn everyone into a penguin, or penguins take over the world. I have a flying penguin machine that I can ride, and like everything I make, because I'm kind of gadgety, is related to penguins.
Yeah, classic Sonic the Hedgehog
Yeah, big
/
mustache.
Mega Man style villain.
Yep, that's me, Professor Dr. Wacko.
Professor Dr. Wacko. Professor Dr. Wacko.
One of many forgotten in that time period of video games.
Absolutely.
Penguin service.
Mine is from the forgotten female-centric action cartoon Princess Barbaria, Princess of Barbaria. He is Lord Draculon, former leader of the planet Draculon, until Draculon Prime succumbed to the sun. He is obsessed with making the whole world dark so he can go out and play in it. The show just wasn't very good and only ran one season, is what it comes down to.
Cheap animation.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bobby is going to be playing Coach.
Yes. Yes, I am Coach. I made it as far as some thumbnail sketches on a series called Family Dad, and I was an evil JV wrestling coach and a master of American Kempo karate, the only true martial art.
Yes.
And then also, by night, I am El Vagabundo.
He runs that underground homeless wrestling
It's
federation.
underground hobo wrestling.
Underground
We
hobo
don't call
wrestling.
it homeless. We don't call it homeless. And it's nothing at all like bum fighting. So please,
Well, it's staged like you have.
yes. Well, scripted.
It's scripted. It's scripted. not
Sports
staged.
entertainment.
Right.
The character was deemed too offensive to put even on that crap show.
Yes. Just didn't make it into the writing.
No.
From the failed board game Corporate Interests, a game that was so needlessly complicated to resemble real life that it actually took your entire real life to play the game, and it was very depressing.
Horribly so.
We have Big Wig Fat Cat, who is none other than a very heavy cat in a suit and a little monocle with a cane.
Yep. And like a comically small top hat.
Yes.
Like just kind of like centered in between the ears. Yeah. So I want all of your houses. I won't do anything with them, but I want all of them.
You'll get all of them, and we'll need someplace to live, and that's the whole point.
Yeah.
But you're not renting right now.
Yeah, we're in the development phase of our real estate acquisition. It's forever in development. No one can live here. It's still in development.
Full development.
That's smart. That's how you make money. You gotta spend money to make money, and you have lots of money to spend.
I have so much money. Like that is essentially my power. Is I have
The
a lot
power of money.
So
In a world where money doesn't really matter.
I am the Master Baker. I was from, oh god, what was the name?
The name of the
show?
cartoon was Sugar Plum Tartlet.
Plum Tartlet. I was for the toy line specifically. I was going to be released in a later episode. I never made it to air. I wanted the main character to. She was made of sugar, spice, and everything nice.
Sugar Plum Tartlet was her name.
Sugar Plum Tartlet. Yeah. And I needed her for my cakes.
And what's his name again?
Oh, the Master Baker.
Which is how many words?
Oh, one word.
One word, the Master Baker.
Yes.
So yes.
This was my afternoon, everyone. By the way, in case you're wondering what
It's us making these
was them
characters.
making all of this.
I have a big like royal purple cape, velvet cape, and a giant black chef's hat.
I did base him on the Purple Pieman, who dresses very similarly to that.
There
so
you go.
There you go.
They did ask me to play the Master Baker, and I flat out refused.
I am not playing the Master Baker.
She gave us a hard no on that
did.
one.
Yeah, it was too obvious for me, so.
I am bad friend. I am playing games today.
Oh.
And while she has not made it to the studio yet, Abie will
Abie.
be playing Captain Blocks. Captain Blocks comes from a toy line that attempted to rival a Danish building block toy company, but was not able to do so and is kind of left behind in the scale of things. Captain Blocks was from a pirate-based set, which was just not popular.
From the
in
Lincoln
time
Blocks,
period.
yeah, from the Lincoln Blocks pirate ship set.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Captain Blocks just did not go over well with the kids.
And just because I don't know when they're tuning in, if Jessica Woofter and her husband have tuned in, we have your beautiful dolls that you gave us up here in the studio now.
They live here by my hat.
Yeah, they live here now. Because if they live at our house, our small dog will eat them.
And they are currently displayed more prominently than the other perf doll, which we have hid behind Madeline.
Yes. Anyway, thank you.
Oh yeah.
I cried when I opened it.
Nope.
just so
Other
you-
way.
Other way.
There it is.
There we go.
There it is. We don't.
There we go.
We've seen enough.
Now, except for Coach, our other players today have been residents in Merge for a while. And Merge is a combination, much like its residents, of both the 8, 4, and 16-bit, the animated, and the real toys, all blended together in essentially a heap of garbage. There are 3 facts about Merge. No one is from Merge. No one wants to be in Merge, and it never stops raining. Ever.
So it's like a mix between LA and Seattle.
Yes, all the worst qualities.
Ugh.
Perfect.
Now, the majority of you have been here for a while, and you've attempted to overcome the basic nature that you come from. And in doing so, you've joined up with a locally run support group. And the majority of you are at that meeting waiting for the person who runs this support group to show up, who happens to be on the street walking his way towards the support group when from the sky, as is known to happen occasionally, an individual just plummets out, landing roughly in mud and a splatter in front of you.
I will appear in a puff of smoke next to them with my cape over.
What is this place?
Ah, a new arrival. Hello, Lord Draculon.
Coach.
Pleased to meet you. Oh, your hands are warm, Coach. Coach, welcome to whatever the hell this place is. We call it Merge.
And you are...
I am Lord Draculon, ruler of the planet Draculon Prime, future ruler of Barbaria. Oh, that was a long time ago. I tell you what. So, what's your backstory?
It's rather thin. I never really made it. I never made it off the page onto the screen. Coach. Coach is my name. I'm a master of American Kempo Karate, the only true martial art.
Oh, yes, that sounds scripted.
I'm also a JV wrestling coach.
Okay.
And I run a hobo fighting ring.
Whoa. All right. I had you like down as a Disney style side character until that hobo fighting thing.
No, I was to be a villain on the show.
To one of the students or one of the teachers?
Yes.
Well.
And what is this place? Where are we?
This is Merge. This is where we all end up after we're, written off or canceled or our studio catches on fire and all the celluloid is destroyed. Anyway, I'm about to go meet with some friends. If you need to get acquainted with the place, well, you said you're supposed to be a villain?
I am.
That is amazing because, get this, and you probably can't tell by looking, I am also a villain.
The cape was a dead giveaway.
Oh, it always is. People never guess superhero. Also, I'm completely shirtless. That was also a giveaway. All right, you need a ride?
Sure.
I mean, my chariot isn't full. It's just well, I took the top off the hearse. It looks cooler to ride in the back.
Okay.
It basically drives itself.
Let's do it.
All right. So we're going to group. It's people just like us,
That sounds dreadful.
Yeah, no, it's really bad. But if you gotta work through some shit, this is the place to do it.
Okay. I'm in.
All right.
It is not too far of a drive in this driverless hearse, and it really is driverless. It seems to just steer itself. There are a variety of 4 and 8-bit and animated and toy people in these streets. None of them look particularly happy. All of them look rather depressed. And in a very brief amount of time, he pulls in front of one of these strange combination buildings and leads you up a flight of stairs into a rather plain and depressing looking room. There's a simple coffee machine with some of those styrofoam cups over in the corner and a bunch of chairs set up in a circle. Several of these chairs are occupied.
My name's...
Hello, everyone. New arrival. Just fell out of the sky.
Hi, I am the Master Baker.
Hi. My name
Oh,
is...
don't.
Oh, yeah. The name.
This
I
is creep
see.
filling. What do you want from me?
Hello.
Good to see you, MB.
Bigwig fat cat.
Bigwig Fat Cat.
Bigwig Fat Cat from the game Corporate Interests.
About up to your knee
Oh.
in height.
So,
As you can see, Bigwig is just a very fat cat.
With a very tiny top hat.
Like somebody put a suit on Garfield.
slightly fatter.
That's why we had to move the meetings to Tuesday. She can't stand Mondays for some reason.
Is that a monocle?
Well, yes. How else will I be able to count my copious amounts of cash?
It's literally a palm with a hole cut out.
Hello?
Oh, hello, Professor.
Hello?
This is Coach. Coach, this is Professor Dr. Wacko.
Yes?
Good to meet you, Doc.
Good to meet you, Coach.
So this is the group, basically. Most of us are here. We have other people pop in and out, but for the most part, this is
AA?
This is. Oh no, we're not. We're not
Drank in
addicts
10
and
years.
drunks. I mean, we enjoy a good drink from time to time.
Speak for yourself.
But well, why don't we just get started, shall we, group? let's all circle up. We'll wait for the late arrivals when they get here and not until. Hello, everyone. My name is Lord Draculon, and I'm a poorly written character.
Hello, Lord.
Oh, Lord Draculon.
I have been canceled now for 14 and a half years. I was a villain on a female-centric action cartoon in which I portrayed not only the villain of said cartoon, but a misogynist stereotype that really has no place in today's media. I wanted to, using my vampirism, which I'm going to go ahead and just tell you all, not a vampire. That's delusional.
That's what a
Not a vampire,
what a
yes.
vampire would say.
I can only live at night. Yes, I am immortal. Yes, I drink blood to sustain myself. And yes, I am technically what you would call undead. And I also engage in vampirism normally, but I am not, I repeat, not a vampire. I am merely a citizen of Draculon, which is the badly written fictional planet that I come from. I was given this staff of evil because I am a master of vampiric magic, which apparently is a thing in this world that I come from. I think it's stupid. I've got Google now. I know what's up. Here's the thing, everyone. I'm a joke, but I don't have to be. Say it with me, folks. I am better than I am written. Good.
Yes.
Good.
I don't think I am.
Oh, don't be so sure. What do you know about you?
I don't know much. It's
Blah.
very thin.
Blah. Of course you know.
I'm a paragraph on a
Oh,
sheet of
sorry.
paper.
I was reverting. I apologize.
I'm but a paragraph on a sheet of paper and a rough sketch.
All right. Okay. So you're simply drawn.
I have a whistle.
That implies comedy. That's what that tells me. You are from a comedy, hands down. This character has to be from a comedy. Can we all agree on that?
Okay.
Family Dad was a comedy. I'm aware
See?
of that.
Oh yes.
Top of the page. Family Dad comedy.
Yes. Yes. The one about the misogynist white man
Yes.
and his family.
Yes. That describes every cartoon, I believe.
Yes. They have a talking animal of some kind.
Indeed.
That
You
acts.
must have been real bad to get written out of that one.
You heard the fact that not only is he a junior high school varsity wrestling coach and a master of American Kempo karate,
The only martial art, the only true martial art form.
Yeah.
the only true martial art form, but also runs an underground hobo wrestling federation and calls himself
El Vagabundo.
El Vagabondo.
Yeah, I heard.
You
That's-
didn't even get to storyboarding?
I did not. I
Wow.
never made it on an episode.
The world has changed.
He
I
calls.
was made before they took me off.
Okay, all right. You know that's a little hurtful,
No,
Master
I mean
Baker.
it's like the world has changed. Like I should never have made it to production, obviously.
But you did, and that's why you're here. Otherwise, you would have been, a lot worse off. What?
Whoa.
Don't worry about it, Coach. I see you have a whistle.
I do have a whistle.
I see it also doesn't really come off, does it?
No, it's attached to me.
Wow.
It's part of me. This is not string. It's skin.
This is the kind. See, it's honestly, Coach. It's good you didn't make it on the show. Had you lasted more than 5 episodes, we eventually would have seen you at home and still wearing that whistle. It would have just been a sad parody.
I don't
Do
think
you
it's-
really want to be a quagmire?
Oh.
I don't think it's all that sad.
I see we have a lot of work to do here. Bigwig, how was your week?
Well, didn't sleep very well.
Mm-hmm.
Those frozen orphans in the street kept me awake at night. Their little screams, their little frostbitten teddy bears.
Oh, the little bastards.
Feel bad for him.
Yes. See, I acquired their orphanage as really a consequence of acquiring the block.
But now you're stuck with the little shits.
Haunting me.
Hard way to live.
And that mom and pop hardware store down the street, I was never gonna make that supermarket. I just acquired and never got anywhere.
I'm homeless.
He's homeless.
I've got plenty of homeless people in my life.
Really? Are you renting right now?
Unfortunately not.
No, you're not. That's part of the problem.
Still
Big
under
Wig, we
development.
talk about this every week. You could be helping the poor people.
It's in
but-
development. We're making it better.
It's been under development for
Like
10
literally
years.
since you've been here.
Yes. Nothing's happened. I haven't seen one contractor.
We're all working on our problems here.
You sound like a crackpot.
Master Baker, how was your week? Have you been spending less time alone, getting out more?
I've been trying to get out more. I mean, it's hard. Every cartoon cat and man floats towards me from my scent lines. If you can't tell, I always smell like freshly baked goods.
Oh, we've noticed.
There is a line outside of my door every morning of people just floating happily. It's like, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I'm tired. I wanna smell bad for once, you know? I want garbage, sweat, a vanilla paste. That is it.
What
I
even
don't-
is vanilla paste?
I don't know.
Usually
can make
cooking, honestly.
anything.
I don't even bake anymore.
Well, that's awful, Master Baker. You're literally the best baker
I am
in all
literally
of
the
Merge.
best baker, but
Your name's Master Baker and you do not bake.
I don't bake. I
He
I
used
can't
to.
even eat it. I'm celiac. It's wheat. It's all gluten. Don't really have a very gluten-free friendly market around here.
No, we do not.
So
Most of us don't know what gluten is still, no matter how many times you explain it to them. Is
and
that just
you know,
me?
I think it's just you, but that's okay. We'll work on it. We'll work on
You
it.
know how you cure celiac disease? Calisthenics.
I see why you were from a comedy.
That sounds real to me. That sounds
True.
Yeah, that's
Physical
legit.
fitness.
Physical
Physical
fitness.
fitness will
and
cure everything.
everything. You hear that?
I don't know.
A healthy body, healthy mind. Maybe that's what I have to do.
There we go. See, look at that.
We're making
all helping
progress.
each other today. That's fantastic. So,
How have you been?
oh no, we'll get to me. Doctor, Professor Doctor.
Professor Doctor. I have watched March of the Penguins for the 89th time. And all I am saying is what is so great about penguins?
Have you seen the second one?
I think that's
There is a second one.
Fat cat.
Big,
We agreed
big
not to
fat
bring that
cat.
up.
All day and all night I think about penguins. But like really, what's so great about penguins? They can't
Nothing!
even- They
Nothing!
can't even fly.
Oh, they can do that cute little belly slide thing, though. That's really cute.
Oh,
Right?
that
But
is
like
highly-
every
is very
it has
And
to
they
like,
look like they do. They all look like they have little tuxedos on,
tuxedos.
which I think is very adorable as well.
it is not. Try making a tiny tuxedo for everything you make. My gun, tiny tuxedo.
I noticed that.
I know.
You sewed that yourself?
Yes.
That's
quite
really
impressive.
good.
Thank you.
Have you heard of Etsy? You're gonna make a killing. Killing, I tell you.
All I'm saying is like, I have watched it so many times.
You've only had the movie for 6 days.
I know.
Like mathematically, that doesn't work.
Also, I'm gonna need that back.
But I have to find out why I'm supposed to care about penguins, because clearly I'm supposed to care about them. They're supposed to be great.
We've gone over this, Professor Doctor. They're not great. You are say it. I am a badly written character.
Badly
Yeah,
written
well,
character.
that's right.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
do you remember why you wanted to kill that robotic squirrel?
Because it wasn't a penguin.
Yes. Yes, that's exactly the reason. And what did you do?
Oh, I killed the robotic squirrel and then turned it into a penguin.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have a robotic penguin. Here he is.
I thought we agreed we were going to get rid of that.
We did?
For the past 3 weeks, yes.
Every time you come in here with a new robotic penguin from a new random squirrel that you've killed on the streets.
You are severely affecting the ecosystem.
It's not my fault.
It is, yes.
It's super.
Not
your
every.
fault. No,
Look,
you're a
it's-
badly written character.
You're a
it's
poorly
okay.
written character. This is not on you. Penguins are dumb.
They can't even fly.
Put the penguin down. Put it down. No. Wipe your lips off. Okay, but eventually you're going to There could be help for you yet.
We can do this
You just
together.
reach out. We've opened the door. All you have to do,
I
Professor
know
Doctor.
you gave me the video of March with Penguins, so I can see that penguins weren't that cool, but I just can't stop watching it.
We've opened the door for you, Professor Doctor. Now you need to walk through it. Do
I
you
will
see what we
waddle
do
through
here,
it.
Coach?
I don't.
We're like a
like
peer-to-peer support group set up by ourselves, a couple of volunteers.
Captain Blocks had a lot to do with it.
Captain Blocks had a lot to do with it.
Are you plotting a heist? I still don't quite
We've got to
understand
break
what
you
this
from
is.
your character somehow.
Look, we can't all be villains all the time, right? Just because we were written as bad characters doesn't mean we are bad characters. Who told you about the heist? Tell me, I command you.
No.
Now I
Drag it
have
on,
to ask out of
drag it on.
character. Are you a dog person or a cat person?
Oh, I am a dog person.
That's good. That's very, very good. That means you won't be able to be affected. Now! Wait, did we tell him about the heist?
No.
Sleep!
I think we should include him. Wake him up.
He does
He's
know
brand
the
new.
only martial art.
What? We do need a competent fighter.
I can.
Because,
Or-
I mean,
Hear me out. We kill him and turn him into the first karate penguin.
Penguin.
yes, we all know that you were planning on turning him into a penguin.
Awake!
We are.
How do you feel about becoming a karate penguin?
Karate penguin.
Don't listen to Professor Doctor. He's completely insane. Unlike the rest of us, the obese cat, the masturbator, and the vampire wizard from the planet Dracula. Oh my god, we're not going to make any sense to him. We sound crazy even to us.
I mean, like, Coach, do you even like coaching wrestling?
Greco-Roman or
Whatever you taught. Do you even like it, or do you just feel like you're forced to do it?
I don't like it.
Professor Doctor, never actually done it. Think about it. They're just an idea on a page that got tossed out. The lowest form of fiction.
So do you?
I've
like-
read some stuff on Wikipedia about Greco-Roman wrestling.
Does it interest you?
No.
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 See?
What
See,
about
we
the
are
idea of
badly
being
written
a
characters.
I don't care for that either. I don't like people much.
Okay. There's hope.
Now, are you saying that because we're the only people you've ever met?
How do you feel
That's
about
precisely why I'm saying
this? How
that.
do you feel about this penguin?
That's.
It's extremely cute.
I am so sorry about him.
Oh, Captain Blocks!
Oh, Captain Blocks is here!
Captain Blocks.
Oh,
I made it!
Come on up.
There's a treacherous spaceship, I think, in the outer layer of the galaxy.
Ah, yes, of course, pretending to be a space captain again, you crazy old pirate, you.
Hi!
This is our newest member. He came here today. This is
Coach.
Mrs. Coach, she's,
Mrs. Coach.
Just
Coach.
Got it. I thought you said Mrs. Coach.
oh, no. I would
Something
never. Hey,
about
look,
your-
I've been part of this group long enough to know not to just accidentally misgender everyone who walks in. I did that the first 3 times I was here, and I've gotten better.
Okay. Something about your accent, maybe.
Yes. As you know, we are all villains. And one of our longtime members, Captain Blocks, actually helped start this group some time ago. Here we all are. We may not be good, but we can be better than we are written. Right?
Yes!
Yes.
Excellent.
yeah.
Okay.
maybe.
Great. great.
So, Captain.
Yes, yes. What of our adventures today, mate?
Well, we were just talking about our weeks. I tried a new latte place.
Should we recap quickly for Captain Blanc?
Yes, I recently switched from loose leaf tea back to coffee.
Loose leaf is
Because
the
I
best.
don't recognize the difference in my IBS. It's the same no matter what I have.
Right.
It's always blood.
Okay.
It's because I'm a vampire.
But you're not a vampire.
Is it maybe the dairy? Do you put milk in both your tea and your
Just
coffee?
blood, man.
Just blood?
Just blood.
Isn't
Maybe
blood
you're
tastier?
allergic to the blood.
What?
Maybe you're allergic to the blood.
But he's a vampire.
No,
it's probably-
not a
You think I-
vampire.
I mean,
Not a vampire.
That doesn't run in my plasma intolerance. Is not something that runs in my family.
Okay.
It's not common.
Now, have we talked about anybody else besides yourself, obviously?
We have. We've gone through everybody. Of course, we talked about Dr. Professor Wiley watching March of the Penguins for the
Wacko. You said
Sorry.
sorry,
Oh
Wacko
God.
won.
I know I'm not supposed to say the other W word in front of him. It drives him absolutely crazy. Oh. Okay. Hold on. Sometimes the only thing that calms him is if you do the voice. The Penguins marched that day all the way down.
Oh.
On the ice, doing penguin things and getting paid a lot of money to speak over their pictures. There, now that we've moved past that.
Yes.
Professor Doctor watched the movie for the 89th time, still obsessed with penguins despite the fact that we've been working on it. I still think I'm a vampire wizard. Coach here is from a failed sitcom, probably something on Fox. Not too highbrow from what I can tell as he runs an
Family
undergrad.
Dad.
Oh, Family Dad, that's the worst one.
Do you like sticking your hand down your pants and watching bowling?
I can't say I've ever tried it.
Do you know someone named Peg?
Truthfully, he was only invented like yesterday.
Got it.
They threw him, he was too offensive to actually put on the show, so they just threw out the idea. And he's here! He landed right here and merged with the rest of us.
Poor fella
Forgotten
didn't
villainous
even make
thing.
it to storyboards.
Oh no. Wow. You must be very angry.
Let's see.
Confused more than anything else.
Understandable.
This is kind of a crash course, I get it. I mean, truthfully, I probably should have brought you to processing before here. But I was on my way to group, I didn't want to be late.
Yes, understand.
Always on time.
That's me.
Got
Always on time, as long as it's after dark. Because I'm a vampire. you see.
And it's always dark here, so.
Yeah.
Always
Always
raining.
dark.
I feel offense to that.
Always raining.
Sometimes I take showers. I'm not always dark. Thank you very much.
I am so sorry.
Yeah. I'm just gonna back away from that one. Learned that here, too.
Well, the orphans have been keeping me up at night again.
Oh, yes, the homeless orphans that she kicked out of the orphanage she
They're
accidentally
little
bought
frostbitten
last
teddy
week.
bears.
You know that?
Their
Demonic.
mewling is
Got
keeping
it.
the kitty cat up at night.
But you know what big fat cat, what name?
Bigwig
Big
Fat
wig
Cat.
Big
Fat
fat
cat.
cat.
Esquire.
You know what he's like.
Yes, and then.
I did give a penny to a homeless man yesterday. I'm making progress.
You told us about that, Bigwig. You literally held the penny underneath a torch for 10 seconds before you handed it to him. It's so rude.
But he got the penny.
Yes, permanently imprinted into his fingertips.
We're not perfect. We're making progress.
Oh, was it
And
cold?
not in the real estate development kind.
Was it at least cold outside?
It was raining.
It's always raining. On the good news, it turns out you may actually find some hobos to wrestle with in her
I know.
neighborhood.
I was just when she was talking about the homeless penny. Did you get a look? I mean, did he look buff? Like
Well,
somebody.
they've stopped
Because I'm not
running
sure I
away
can
in
take a
terror.
buff one.
I've got a buff penguin. He could wrestle.
Seriously, shut the fuck up, Doc.
Whoa, language.
I'm sorry, I lost it. You live your truth, okay? Live your truth. Don't make the goddamn penguin noises in my ear, though. That's just rude.
Swear to God, that is getting annoying.
It's like we've all had it like right up to here with that, yes?
Trying really hard not to snort right now.
Yes, all of the old cartoons are floating to my door again.
I
I-
am very
as
tired
you
of the robotic
obviously
penguins
know,
running over
that
my tail all the
I
time.
constantly smell like baked goods, and so all of those you've smelt me before, please.
It's like freshly baked cinnamon rolls.
Isn't he delicious?
It's like
though?
that.
Stop!
Can you actually get cinnamon rolls in the merch?
Oh, if he bakes them,
yeah.
absolutely.
Smell like cinnamon.
There are some lesser
Why
known
do you
bakers
smell
around
like
here.
cinnamon?
Famous Amos.
It's my character. I came.
Famous
my
Amos
plastic-
makes tiny little cookies that taste like rocks. Ooh, delicious.
They
They're here
might
still.
not anymore.
I
might have
was my
acquired
plastic
them.
was baked with cinnamon for some reason, so I always smell
Smells like cinnamon.
It's because say your name.
I am the master baker.
Yes.
One more time, please.
The master baker. You know me. You've met me. I've been here for
Okay,
8
MB,
years.
MB.
No, I know. I did. I did. I
Sorry,
knew
it's
that.
just she's
I
doing
did.
the smell
I
thing
know,
again.
I
I
know.
knew that.
Is that 2 words?
No,
It's
no,
one
one word.
It's
Master
one
baker.
word. Not even a hyphen.
Not no hyphen. Just the master baker.
Really?
Yes, I understand the joke, and I understand that's why I was.
And that's
brought
what
some
he has to
shells.
live with every day, okay?
Every day.
Maybe we're not respecting where Master Baker is coming from. Maybe when things get hard for the Master Baker, we just have to give him a hand.
Yeah.
I can give you a hand. I can create.
Listen, I need to be alone for like 5 to 20 minutes every once in a while.
I'm gonna
okay?
stay right here while the master baker takes care of business.
Be sure to bring
Thank you.
bring your smartphone.
Thank you.
Question.
Yeah.
What if I made you lots of little robotic penguins
No.
for your shop, and then they could make cinnamon rolls for all of us?
They'd never be able to do
Win-win.
it as well as I can.
Now, here's my question. Here's my question, Professor Doctor. Why do they have to be penguins?
Yes.
They don't. They don't. Say it. Say it.
Have
Say
you tried
it.
other flightless birds?
Oh, emus.
Yes.
Flamingos.
are
Much
quite
more
popular.
dangerous.
Flamingos can't fly,
Flamingos.
really?
No,
Yes.
Oh, that makes sense, though. They're
Robins. Robins.
they can't fly.
Robins
They
can't
can.
fly?
Flamingos?
They can.
Not really far.
It's
like
Why not
it's kind
try
of
a
like how
flight
penguins
rover?
can fly.
Eagles.
kind of.
Okay,
Eagles
so
are much more
It's
dangerous.
more like a big jump. Big jump with
can
wings.
flamingos fly?
I'm sorry if I've offended you.
Jump with
Penguin is ideal because it's very small, so it can have lots of them.
Have you
Lots of them.
tried
Can you imagine
keeping
10
the
emus
blueprint?
in one
Everyone!
It sounds
Oh,
terrifying.
hold on. Captain Blocks has something to say.
I feel like we're just going off topic right now. And this
I'm sorry. I should never be allowed to lead group.
You should.
I'm the worst.
Hey, no, you're doing great.
Guess you're in grade.
I should just banish myself to another dimension
No.
right now. I'm doing it.
Stop that!
Don't,
Stop
no,
that
whoa,
right now!
whoa, whoa, whoa.
I'm sorry.
I'm not saying.
Thank you.
I have a secret.
Oh my God, no!
It's
No!
irresistible.
I tell you, every time I'm going to have my 3rd panic attack of the day.
Keep forgetting. I twitch. Oh god.
I know it smells wonderful. I try to mask it with Axe, but it doesn't work ever.
Cinnamon. I like cinnamon so much. Sorry. I have a secret. Guess what?
What?
But
I'm gonna wait until you all are paying attention.
We know that no Mega Blocks have genitals, so this isn't going to be a huge surprise to any of us.
They don't? They don't? Seriously?
Well, I mean, with a little bit of glue in the right parts, no problem.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Well, okay.
like worse than a Ken doll. It's flat. Sorry, so sorry.
It's just a joint with your legs articulated.
Yeah, it's just a joint.
Oh, did I tell
or
you I
one
saw
leg in
Sporting-shaped
Captain
down
Block's
at
case.
the barber
Yeah,
shop?
we
Keep
Okay.
getting off topic.
So,
You're right.
anyway,
Should-
but
What is your secret?
I was just about to say until you just interjected again. Can we please?
God
Sorry.
damn it! What's wrong with you, Master
you have
Baker?
a really hard time
Sorry.
keeping on track.
I get too excited
see that.
sometimes.
I can't. That name. I love your name. It's lovely.
We did
We
you
all
and
know
me,
it's
you
okay.
cool.
Yes. Oh God, I just got a visual.
Of him masturbating?
Yeah, yes. Yes.
Was it a cinnamon roll?
Oh.
I imagine it was more like
Icing on top?
I imagine it was more like an eclair. Bear claw.
Bear claw.
I can't.
Well, you know, tomato.
Thank you for coming to ZOE. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Alright, and with that, I filled my laugh quota. I'll go now.
Do they still make cream horns?
Wow.
Anyway, moving on. What is your secret?
Everyone is so dirty at this table.
I know.
You're the one who can't
Seriously.
stop smelling me.
Because you smell.
Cinnamon.
What?
I'm just gonna stay as far away from him.
All right,
Anyway,
you
I have
don't
a secret. I have a secret. Guess what?
What?
I found the map to the lost and fabled city of Reboot.
That is a myth.
It's not. No, it gets rebooted.
What? The city of Reboot?
What is
Shut up!
Oh, sorry.
what is
I
Reboot?
couldn't hear.
All right. So the legend goes that when we come here to the merge, well, eventually the new stuff that's being forgotten comes in, and the old stuff gets sloughed off, right?
Yep.
Just like a layer of skin. The thing is, when this old stuff gets sloughed off, we didn't exactly know where it goes. Now, most people think that nostalgia, who is this awful creature, comes and collects it and keeps it to look at all the time. But we think that there might be something else. See, we've heard about a road that leads to a place called Reboot. And in this place, we're told that maybe your franchise can be reborn. You merely have to take it in front of the right executives, get the right star attached to it. I'm not sure what that means, but I usually carry a good length of rope, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Board games never get rebooted.
That's not true.
Really?
Star Wars Monopoly is a thing.
It is actually.
5th edition Dungeons and Dragons exists.
Yep. That's definitely a thing.
Reboots can happen, and only if we believe them.
We will all be able to see the light of day again.
I have written Danny DeVito so many times and never gotten a response.
Oh,
Danny
he would
DeVito
be.
will never play you.
He's already played.
It just is not going to happen.
He's not doing it again.
You had a chance at Hopper a few years ago when he really needed the money, but he's dead now, so I guess you're fucked.
I don't believe in the land of reboot.
It's a thing.
You
Well,
have
we
to
must.
believe in order to get in.
It's hope. The only thing we can hold on to is hope.
And faith.
I was never booted in the first place.
Say it
so
with me,
I
everyone.
know.
Can't be rebooted.
I hear Tom Hardy is interested in my project.
I hear Tom Hardy is interested in my project.
No, but Coach brings up a valuable point. He was never booted, so how can he be rebooted?
Well, how do we know unless we ask the executives? And the only way we get there is if we have the map to damn Reboot, which doesn't exist.
Do you have a log line, like a pitch, a really good? How?
Do you have a catchphrase?
Oh, he probably does, and it's probably in Spanish, and he
Oh, it's
probably
probably
shouldn't.
so bad. Yeah, we need to rework that. We'll workshop it. We'll workshop it.
That's
Well,
right.
what do you have?
For
so
example,
For me, drop and give me 20.
That's really good,
I was
actually.
really
I mean, it's the
excited.
character
It was
in
very
so many ways.
exciting.
I can already see
I can totally
t-shirts.
see it. Yep, dolls and figurines.
now,
I mean,
how
that's
do you
got
feel
some-
about your
that's got
wrestling
some
persona
spunk.
simply being the vagabond? Why does it need to be Spanish?
El Vagabundo.
No,
It does sound better.
it does, but
How do we know he's not appropriating?
yes.
I don't know if you've noticed, but he totally is.
He super is. No, I'm saying. Like,
I mean, even with the lucha mask, it's gonna be like, hey, that's a white guy calling himself.
and I've seen some
Actually
pretty
have a lucha
heinous
mask.
things come from Fox.
That-
Honestly, if you just work
Because
that part,
that
they can
is
keep
just
the homo
honoring
part.
Is this
a
a-
style of sport.
I'm Dominican.
This
Are
is
you? Oh, I'm Draculanian.
Yes.
I'm not even like a quarter Transylvanian.
I totally believe it. I do. You have that like colored skin tone. But
we
red.
don't call it that.
Red, colored red.
Welcome to ZOE Game Night.
That's
That's on the internet now.
Designing a new penguin robot right now at the table?
I'm drawing a picture of El Vagabondo.
Why is it a penguin?
Does it have a
No,
sombrero?
he has a bow tie.
He has a sombrero.
There's a sombrero there.
Why? Okay. You
Oh
can
my God,
obviously
he wears
see
a
he's
sombrero.
not a penguin.
Is that problematic?
No, we have to
I
get
think I figured out why you didn't make it on the page.
Not at all.
We are having a
Where's
relapse here and nobody's paying
his
attention.
Maracas. Sorry.
Wrestles!
Stop shaking your maracas and let's look at that map. This could be our ticket out of this asshole.
It's the spitting image.
It's an island?
It is an island.
Well, that
And a
explains
far
that.
off place.
Is it possibly for
Have you
sale?
looked onto your
No,
ship?
I don't think so.
Oh, fat cat.
Sorry.
What's an island?
Smells
Martha's
one more
Vineyard?
island that I
No,
thought
when it
portray.
hunts
The island of Reboot.
It exists. I told you. I said it. I said it. So,
But
I
won't the
called
merge
dibs.
try and keep us from leaving?
not at all. I think if we sneak away some way, somehow, we can do it. I really feel like this is something that's a possibility. Yes, Mr. Penguin? Wacko? Dacko?
Sure. Maybe we can get a rousing speech from the coach. Cheer us on.
I'm with you. I got nothing better to do
Wait,
than
but he
run
might
around
need
with
to
you
paint half of
nitwits.
his face blue
Well said.
and ride a horse.
I don't ride horses.
Okay.
They're terrifying.
Never trust a horse.
True.
I only.
Tricky at both ends, crafty.
I used to
in the
have a cotton candy unicorn. Super cool.
That Cotton County unicorn.
They kept him in the line.
That does
It was
sound
my
super
horse.
cool.
It was an accessory in my first pack.
My horse
And
was,
they kept the damn horse.
yeah, my horse was
The
also
horse
a
with
vampire.
Yeah.
the lollipop for. That's not even a unicorn. It's a lollipop.
I'm
Basically,
scared.
yeah, my horse and all my minions, all vampires.
I'm actually scared of unicorns.
Alien vampires, though, from the planet
Bastards.
Draculon. Which was also my name. Which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard next to Princess Barbaria, Princess of Barbaria.
Vladimir.
It sounds cool to me. I've always said that. Your name is cool.
Thank you. No, I mean, I think
It's
Draculon is a pretty cool sounding name.
Very cool, yes.
It says vampire, it says alien, it smashes them together. Boom,
Screams
Dracula.
evil. Screams evil. It's wonderful.
You add Lord or King in front of it, and it's fucking badass.
Yes.
I mean,
So-
my name is literally what I am, so.
Big wig fat cat.
And
because-
let's not even bring
Oh
up
my god, I
name.
get it now, because you're an enormously obese cat who's wearing a wig.
Got it.
It's a giant wig.
That makes absolute sense.
Follow the maps.
I think we should go.
Road trip? Road trip.
Yeah.
I'll
do
get
it.
the penguin mobile.
You will need a ship.
Can I get on? Can we just use my ship?
Does it have a roof on it? Because I don't know if you've noticed, but it's always raining here.
Can I just use my penguin ship?
Your penguin is kind of a personal transport device.
I could make a penguin ship for all of us. I can make everyone a
Like a
tiny
little
little
It's
personal
gonna
be like-
penguin.
Perhaps if we use the building blocks from...
Should we not have one human size versus a penguin size?
Oh no, it just look. It's a human ship, individual, but looks like a penguin.
We have a
It's like a
literal
little
ship
pod.
captain, everyone.
If you remember a popular video game franchise with a blue little character that would spin around on it,
Pengo?
and the villain that would fight
Sonic.
that
Oh,
said
no,
character, and how that. Yes, it's very reminiscent of that. I'm not going to say the name of the franchise.
have scurvy.
Oh. Can I get you an orange or something?
Maybe that would be appropriate. Ooh, it's like writing.
Unlike his character concept. Oh! Snap! That's okay. We do zingers.
There we go.
There we go. Orange gummy bear.
Oh.
We do zingers to our friends here, and I think that we're cool. We're cool, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. So
Excellent. That means I don't have to make you one of my vampiric
Jesus.
thralls.
Not if he
It's sour.
kicks your ass.
Sour.
He does know the
Sour
only
gummy
martial art.
I do.
Dude, I can turn into a
American.
bat.
I wasn't
Tempo.
ready.
Can you beat that? Can you turn into a bat?
If you get punched hard enough, you're a bat. That hurts. You're a bat.
I think we're talking about different things right now.
Is that what you do in the shadows?
Masturbate?
Follow the map?
Yes, let's
Follow the map.
Let's follow this map.
Oh yes, objective.
You're going to need a ship.
We are going to
I am a pirate.
and a Lego thing. I mean, not really. You're a mega.
Oh, that stinks.
Oh God, I
He said it.
I am
He
so
said
sorry.
it. Oh man.
Excuse me.
I am so
This is what you
sorry.
get for smelling me.
Can we not say the L word?
What did you say?
She's not even a mega block.
I said
What did you say?
you don't want to Lego the past, and so we need to find a
You
ship.
have a problem with my leg?
Yes, it's
No.
a peg
Really? Oh, really?
because you're a pirate.
That's stereotyping.
No,
We're going with the
the
discrimination
captain's
route,
leg
I
is
see.
literally a peg.
We're going with the discrimination route, so I can walk normal just because I have a peg leg. Is that
You
your
can't walk
problem?
normal because you're a block that can only move its legs like this.
Yeah, you don't walk normally because you don't have knees.
How do
Let's
you
just.
know? Have you been in my bedroom,
No,
Master Baker?
My, you can't just like talk somebody down and then take a big whiff of them.
Yeah.
It completely like
No.
ruins all intimidation.
Consent is mandatory.
Scent.
Especially with the
It's
masturbator.
funny because scent is part. Oh my god. Oh, this guy is totally in.
It's gonna fit in.
Coach.
Drop it. Give me 20.
Oh, that's so good. I'm doing it.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I get you about 2. Well, that's a lot.
We've gotten off the topic of my ship.
It's quite alright.
It's
It's quite
Back to
enjoyable.
the ship.
I wish I had more than a D4 strength. Oh, but I don't. Thought vampires were supposed to be supernaturally strong.
You're not a
I
vampire.
don't even know why I'm breathing heavily. I don't breathe.
There's nothing. There's
How
nothing
old are you?
vampiric about it.
I don't know. I was written in 1984. So,
10.
like, I don't really do math because I'm an evil.
He's
wizard.
immortal.
The-
Age is just a number.
I might be immortal. I mean, I listed among my powers, but I don't know how real that is, as I was born in 1984, and that wasn't all that long ago, was it? Was it? Say no.
Oh, it wasn't at
I
all.
didn't think so.
Not at all. No, not at all. So once again, I have a ship.
Oh yes. Follow the map?
But does it fly?
It's an island.
Maybe.
Isn't there water?
I don't think I.
Oh, Christ.
It
yes.
depends on how you build it. Currently,
Oh.
your ship is a pile of blocks.
Unfortunately, as we all know, I am unable to cross running water as I am a member of the undead. The cursed damned.
Are you done?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. We can,
Is it holy water?
I don't think that matters really.
No, it's
I'll
just
probably
running.
be fine.
I mean, you're not allowed to get in it. but you
I
can,
think we.
Look, I'm pretty sure Dracula got brought over from Transylvania on a ship, right? I
Yeah.
mean, that's in the book.
I'm totally okay with testing this theory.
You can cross. You just can't get in.
Only one
just
way to
to
find
see.
out.
You know what? We support each other here, Captain.
Yeah, well,
we support
okay,
each
'cause
other.
apparently I was pig leg earlier.
All right, when you needed your ship disassembled, who helped you with that? Who came and helped you for 2 days without even the promise of pizza?
You did.
It was me.
Fine. Yes.
That's right.
It was,
It was the only way she could fit it inside of her house.
Yes.
Thank you.
And when you needed to practice for your driver's license test, who rode in the tiny little car with you? It was me.
So while they've been talking this whole time, I've already taken the map and like made a course, plotted a course for us.
For the island.
Just yeah, to the island.
Thank you.
I'm so excited I might make truffles.
So, let's get our assets together and find out what we can make with a pile of old blocks and a penguin boat.
Do you still have the instructions?
A real
Are they
builder
picture
doesn't need
instructions?
instructions.
Oh God. Oh God.
The little laminated
Oh,
book.
I see. They're all in Chinese.
What were they on the back of the box?
Whatever it is, it has to be black. That's all I care about. Why do I care about that?
Either black or very, very dark gray.
I'll take dark gray as well.
Why does it have to be black?
He's a vampire.
Or perhaps a midnight purple.
I like
Or something
purple.
the color of blood. I'm sorry, I have to stop doing that. Not from
Still
Transylvania,
these.
not from Transylvania, not from Transylvania.
You have, over
long
the
as we get
past
it back,
several
it's the
years,
answer.
in addition to your disassembled, once a pirate ship, accumulated small bits of other canceled playsets over time that can be forced to work together but don't necessarily join together perfectly.
It's like the bin in the dentist office.
So you have like an AA gun just like mounted on the tip of a pirate ship.
There's always a
Or
steering
could, you
wheel.
just had to build it.
Always.
Always a steering wheel.
This has resulted in some genre blending of blocks.
Okay. I believe it.
And you are quite the competent engineer over there, with blocks specifically. It's one of your incredible talents,
Yes,
one of
it
your
is.
skills.
Yes, and I'm an acrobat.
And yes, you are, with one leg.
Yeah.
That's okay, those pegs stick to the blocks perfectly.
This is absolutely...
Always sticks the landing.
Will you make an engineering roll
Guys,
for me, please?
So much.
We love to do.
No, I don't feel it. That looks like an A12.
That is a D12. Yep, so grab yourself the 12. And make sure you have a wild die over there. Just
Unless you actually have an A12 over there, in which case I suggest you roll that.
Does shoot anybody with it. I see a 5 over there, which is good enough for a success. Anyone want to attempt to assist her in putting together this not Lego product?
Any
Don't
other
think
yes.
engineering,
The Mega Blocks Castle.
I am
Can I?
Any other
exceptionally
engineers
strong.
here?
Oh,
You
yeah.
are
I am
exceptionally
exceptionally strong.
So give me athletics from you, coach.
All right, that's a D12.
That 6 is explodes. Roll it again and add it.
Yes!
So that's a 7. We've got a 7. Anyone else assisting? And how are you assisting?
I'll assist with my loads of money and acquiring pieces that may be missing.
All right.
Get
Yes.
some of your penguin design.
We could get some
Oh,
wings
yeah, no.
from the penguins.
Yeah.
For you, give me a
wings.
knowledge business roll.
I'm gonna go hire undocumented workers.
Yes.
Oh, no!
That's on the internet now.
That's so bad because
Bigwig Fat Cat has moved past that period of his life.
If only true life could be as great as fictional characters.
and I saw that.
Okay, so
That's so bad.
okay,
This
so
has a
that,
kitchen though,
okay,
right?
so that's a 6 and a 3. So
Are we
6 and a
giving
3?
it a galley?
So 9, that is exceptionally good. Is anyone else
Yeah,
assisting?
I'm gonna give it penguin wings.
And
Yes.
I'm gonna
Help it fly.
I'm gonna roll food
So
science.
you
to add a
supplied
kitchen.
undocumented workers.
Oh
you
my
supplied
God.
your own physical labor.
I do not approve of that.
And that explodes because I'm doing the GM's
Right.
job.
And there's a kitchen in there.
So I got a 17 for
It has
giving
penguin
it
wings.
penguin wings.
Yes. It can fly. It can fly. It can fly.
I got a 4
We
for
found a
food
fairy
science to
from the
make a kitchen.
Fairytopia cartoon.
Right, you put in a galley.
That's perfect.
Draculon, are you assisting in any way?
Draculon.
Well, yes. I suppose I will,
If you added
I'm going
an
to
on
use
it-
my powerful magic staff, the Staff of Draculon, to summon a magical storm, which will cause a flash flood, which will make the boat
'Cause it's penguin
take off a
wings.
little better at the very least.
So you're going to launch the boat with the magical storm.
Correct?
It's Noah.
No, it's not.
It's
They call me Yessa.
Draconis.
It's not Noah.
That's right.
We have to
So
say
let's get on
positive
the magic boat and I'll magic us off.
Is the boat ready
The
to
boat
be?
is assembled. It has a lovely galley.
Does it sound
Penguin
dirty when I say
wings.
magic us off?
Yes.
Did you pay the undocumented migrant workers?
Yes, I am in recovery.
Oh my God.
We are getting better
Did
together.
you pay the minimum wage or what?
Catnip again?
Oh my God.
Did you
You
act-
didn't, did you? You didn't pay the minimum wage, did
Yeah,
you?
you pay.
What's the minimum for Verge, really?
very advanced. It's like $15 an hour.
They were stipend paid. They were stipend
They got paid in exposure.
They got paid in an IOU.
Exposure?
Exposure fun bucks.
They get back-end credits. We gave them points on it.
Oh, God.
Ow, it hurts.
Capitalism.
Everything about this hurts.
That's because it's true.
So moving on to the glorious storm as the penguin winged ship
Going to be a
floats
magic-based roll over there
All right.
for summoning the power of the storm
Oh
to
my gosh.
launch the ship.
Wind in the sails and all that.
down. It's warm.
It wasn't even my idea, but I still feel horrible.
I got a 6.
Now, as great as this idea was at the start, as the ship launches, you come to the realization that you're really, really doing this, and that no one who's left Merge has ever returned. Whether they've been claimed by nostalgia, or they made it to the fabled land of Reboot, or who knows what happened. For you, it is less of a terrifying experience, as you don't have any exposure to these legends other than through them.
I'm good either way.
Your existence is a little
Nostalgia,
different.
Reboot.
But for the 5 of you, this is a big, big step. Especially for some of you that have been here for a very long time.
35
Your series
years.
canceled. 35 years your series has been canceled.
It's a long time, man.
How long has my board game been out?
We're really getting out of here.
Oh, you've been canceled less than 10 years.
Okay.
You were relatively recent.
Okay.
Let's see. Am I a 90s or a 2000s?
You're a
storyline?
90s character.
I'm a 90s character.
Oh yeah, no,
okay.
I would have had that doll. You're a 90s kid.
Okay, so
Yes, I can
All right,
see
so
why
you
your
would've
parents
had the
would have bought you the
Master Maker
Master
doll.
Maker.
No,
All right,
no,
cool.
the other one, the sweet
Oh.
tart hoe thing.
I am
Sugar plum
23. There we
tartlet?
go.
Yeah.
We're going with that.
They're like a mix between strawberry shortcake and the Bratz dolls.
Yes.
They look like strawberry shortcake, but kind of slutty.
And Captain Blocks, you've been here almost as long as Draculon has. You are also a product of the 80s.
Are we friends?
You and Draculon?
Yes.
Yeah, support group, you started it together.
Okay.
You're my best friend, dude.
Yeah, in his case, like, you're about the only person he can really call a friend outside of the support group.
I believe it.
But you've always found it easier making friends here in Merges. You know, whether you were designed as a villain character, you were designed as a building block villain character, so you're not really all that evil. You're rather easy to get along with.
Okay.
And I literally caused a storm to help us take off.
That's
so,
true.
Yeah.
Like,
Evil,
I'm kind of
vampire,
shitty, even
sorcerer,
though I try not to be.
kind of not as popular as
Wow.
Wizard.
Well,
that, and his antics make him, for the most part, in fact, all of them are particularly unpopular individuals.
So it's my mission.
We've got a stigma because we're villains and also sort of assholes.
wow.
Sort of. Did
Yes,
The Master
you're like the
Baker is
hugest
only
asshole that ever
unpopular
lived.
because he refuses to bake for anyone.
But Master Baker smells so good.
Oh, yes.
While we're floating down, I'd like to give Coach a new wrestling outfit.
He actually, under his tracksuit, has a singlet, and he keeps a wrestling
I know,
helmet
but
on hand
I would like
at
to,
all
I'd like
times.
to
A new
present
singlet?
him with a new singlet.
This is
Does
a
it-
penguin
Does it
themed
look like
singlet.
a damn
Does it
penguin?
have a little bow tie?
Penguin singlet.
Right?
Pinglet? It's a pinglet.
It's a pinglet.
I am
It's
willing
law.
to wear that. I am willing to
But
wear
at all times, you have a singlet and a traditional wrestling helmet.
that. Of course.
Always.
Of course.
Yeah, with the strap.
You
But
just
now
always
he has
have
a
one.
pinglet.
Not to mention your lucha mask.
And the sombrero.
We don't even know where it
So
comes
this
from.
storm catches the ship, and it is quite some distance to the edges of Merge. So this boat that you have made, which has penguin wings on it, an oversized industrial commercial kitchen in it, is floating through the street, taking debris and individuals along with it, and wiping away some of the toys and animation, blurring some of the lines and making messes of things. And the ship crashes through one of the makeshift walls that represent the barriers of Merge, and then out into the unknown.
We made it! You're still alive.
Or we're dead.
It's quite
Which won't bother
foggy.
me because I am immortal. God, I'm so sorry I keep doing that.
It's rather quite foggy and dark, which you find rather welcoming.
I
as you
find the
leave.
mist inviting. Ah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I'm sorry.
You
And the
haven't done
ship
the
seems
laughing
to be
so
floating
long. I know, I
along.
was
Are you
doing
doing
so-
okay?
As it's doing so, the last bits of that water it created is just kind of draining away, and it seems to be floating along in the mist.
If I wasn't
Okay,
the
so the
villain,
gaps
this
in
would
the
be
blocks
creepy.
aren't going to be a problem.
The mist is flowing through the gaps in the blocks.
Oh God! Damn undocumented workers.
They were doing their best for
What
what
good
they were
were
paid.
Look, they did their best. They were working with kind of what's generally known as a knockoff product of something better. I'm sorry.
It was
I
like
know
deep
you can
orange
be like,
pieces.
She-Ra, and I'll have to basically be like, yeah, totally. But I've grown very comfortable with that over the years.
Okay. Okay.
And Mega Blocks suck.
Do they?
We've talked about this. They kind of
And
do.
you're not even a Mega Block.
Yes.
You're like the knockoff of Mega Blocks.
Exactly.
It's like the little packs you get at the dollar store.
Hey, you just
Wiggos.
They were just called Blocks. B-L-O-X.
acceptance is the first
Captain
step, but
and
the thing they don't
Blocks.
tell you
Captain
is you have
Blocks.
to do it several times.
Now, the worst part is all the figures looked the same. They just had different hats. So it was Captain Blocks, Officer Blocks, Fireman Blocks.
Nurse blocks.
Yeah.
Nurse Blocks is hot. Even I. Like, something about the complete lack of curves.
Something about the
Lots
the
of
two
right
half
angles
circles.
in just all the right places. You know what I'm saying?
To each their own.
Oh God.
Word.
I mean,
We're
creativity is the basis of those
They're on a
things.
ship.
And lovely conversations about the contours of block women.
That goes.
Just if they got anything at all, it's in your face. You put little flags on the ends of them.
And it is several hours, days, weeks,
Of this
months.
conversation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it just goes on.
Time is a rather strange construct to you as it stands, and out here in the mist it seems even stranger. But what could only be considered a significant period of time passes with almost no change. I mean, you're not even sure if you're moving other than to look back and you see no signs of merge behind you.
Draculon just talks the whole time, like you're all listening.
I would like to train my penguins with Coach. I want to send my penguins to Coach every day on the ship, my little penguins, to have you train them. My little tiny penguins. So they're all on a line and I'll do whatever he says.
Stop and give me 20.
Okay.
Their flippers are like literally this.
They are
farther away from
really,
their bodies, and it's
really
just like,
poor push-ups.
Yeah.
Professor Doctor.
Penguin.
Professor Doctor.
Yes?
It's all right.
I can't help but notice that there's penguins on the boat again.
Yeah.
Also, those workers we hired to help build the boat are missing. Any idea where they went?
No. Yes.
It's like I'm just batting
turned
around a
them
little
into
penguin.
Did you turn them into penguins and then turn those penguins into wrestling soldiers?
This is just a relapse city here.
That's exactly what this is. We are on our way out of this place. If we want to hope to get rebooted, we need to change our ways. That shit didn't fly back in '96, and it don't fly now, sister.
But they're good wrestlers now. The coach has done an excellent job.
Yeah, no, Coach, you're really
He just
good at
hands
this.
over and he's just suplexing a penguin.
Excellent little full and half Nelsons on each other.
It's in the midst of one of your on-deck wrestling classes that you're teaching when you
Super
kind of
adorable,
hear in the
too.
distance a strange noise, like this repeated, digitized note. Yes. Over, and now we're getting closer and closer and closer until all of you can hear this very digital-sounding,
What is that?
repeated noise.
What does that
Over-
sound?
And then through the mist, you start to see that they're horribly digitized. Can't be more than 4-bit.
Oh my God.
Some weird characterization.
Galaxy
Maybe they're supposed
invaders.
to be.
Pong.
Oh
Pong.
yes.
They're the Galaxy Invaders.
No.
It's a Commodore ripoff of Space Invaders. Basically the same thing, but they have little antenna on the top. That's how you can tell. 4 extra pixels.
I think we should leave this up
They
to
used
the
to be
penguin
everywhere
warriors.
around
And they're in this like continued long chain,
All right.
slowly moving closer to you, but it's doing so like a typewriter. So they move all the way across your vision, and then they move down. and then all the way and getting closer.
It's like
So
snake.
And
try
it's
and
extending further and further, row
Yeah,
upon
they're
row of
gonna
them.
get down here.
Different
We're
colors, different sizes of them.
Bad news, everybody. If they touch you, you lose a life bar. So,
Penguins!
I don't know what that does.
Can I throw penguins at them?
It's at this point, Coach, you notice something you have not noticed since you've been in merge. You've got this little thing over your head with 3 little bars in it.
Oh, yeah.
And everyone has a little thing with 3 little
What the
bars
hell?
over
Where
the
did
top
that
of it.
come from?
Okay,
You've
everyone.
all gotten used to these for some time.
Combat is imminent.
It's there again.
I'm ready
But
to
for
throw
you, it is
some
rather
eyes.
new to actually notice.
man, I
It
hate
seems to have
combat.
become much brighter now that these little things have
Well,
gotten
the shit's
closer.
about to hit the fan. What do
Now,
we do
some
now?
of you who are familiar with Savage Worlds know that we use a deck of cards for initiative. in
You're allowed to
this
throw my
game.
penguins. Just so you know.
Thank you.
Unless you realize
You
that
can always
they're
make more.
transformed
Right.
undocumented workers.
A Joker right off the bat,
Oh boy.
Penguins. Master race.
all the way down.
We can swim.
Penguins are the apex predators. We all know
Apex
this.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now initiative works from ace down to 2, with ace going first. It's in reverse alphabetical if you share the same number. Someone got a Joker, so I'll get to that and how those work in 1 second.
Did you shuffle these?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just saying all of us are under 10. Just throwing that out there.
That's good. That's good. That's what we need. Oh wait, no, we get shuffled back in because of the Joker, right?
Everyone gets shuffled back in because of the Joker.
Ooh, you want me to grab Benny's?
Yes, why don't you grab
Everybody
Benny's?
gets 3
don't
except for the
have
Master
Benny's.
Baker who gets 5.
5 for the Master Baker.
Whoa. Cool.
Is that right?
Where's the Master Baker?
I have
I get
fleet-footed
five.
No, it's you.
dodge.
It's you.
Oh
You're
no,
the
it's
lucky
the,
one.
it's the lucky one.
Big Wig Fat Cat is the
Oh,
lucky
the
one.
fat cat's the lucky one.
Always.
Lucky and rich.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Now,
always.
while he collects those bennies, a Joker is very special in Savage World initiatives. It allows you to do something that no other card allows you to do. You may interject
Oh,
at
no.
any time to do your action. You can do it in the middle of someone else's action, while they're still in the midst of their action, in between the stages of their action. Whenever you feel like it, you just get to play the Joker and you start going.
Thank you.
No one can stop. In addition to that, when you get to the Joker and
Right,
have
he
it,
doesn't-
whatever
he
you're
has no
doing,
idea what
you
your
get a
hands
bonus
have
of
been.
2 to it, no matter what it is. And if you're
Thank
doing
you.
multiple
I
things,
don't.
all of the things you do get a bonus of 2. No matter what.
Literally just
Where are you
bake.
taking
Across the
that?
board.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
So
might
that
have been
initiative
baking.
card means we will start going
Flour.
through as though
It's
you don't
nasty
exist.
and
But at
sticky.
any point you
wish
feel
I
like
was
it,
baking.
you just slap that down and you get to go. It doesn't matter what we're doing, we all have to stop
Wish
and
I
let you go.
Okay.
Now, they will be going first unless you're going to do that and act first.
No.
All right, the tiny little 4-bit creations move across their level, and as they do so, each of them fires this rather slow-moving little projectile
Single pixel.
straight down.
No!
Oh, this is good music.
Very fitting.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, I guaranteed with a 16 that I hit Professor Dr. Wacko.
Oh no! Darn it!
I have an 8 on Draculon.
Oh yes.
Coach, I also have an 8 on you.
Which.
His
hit
parry
him?
is a 7, so yeah, I'll hit him.
Yep. I have a 5 on Big Wig Fat Cats.
I
Who
can't
will also
parry.
hit. Oh, I didn't write one down for you just yet. You're looking at
I
5,
have a
7.
10.
Should be 7 there, and the next one next to it should also be 7.
10.
Should be 4, 7, 7
Here.
for yourself. Oh, wow, that's nice. I have a 14 for Captain Blocks. That will most
None
certainly
of this
hit.
is nice.
No, it is not nice. And the Master Baker, I have a 4.
That is my parry. And what does dodge do?
Dodge increases the difficulty of any ranged attack against you by 1.
Cool. So 5.
There you go.
All right, so I hit everyone except for the Master Baker.
It's just Master Baker.
Master Baker.
No,
Sorry.
no,
There is no
the,
space.
It's the masturbator.
Right, but it's not the Master Baker. It's the Master Baker.
All right,
The is
does
my first
2 overcome your toughness? Professor Dr. Wack.
No! My toughness is much more
Dice
than
down.
2.
Does 9 overcome your toughness, Dracula?
None can get through the supernatural armor of Dracula.
I really like that
For
you're going
Coach,
all
also a 2 is much lower than your toughness.
Oh, I'm a 6.
in. Yeah, you
Big
are.
wig, fat cat is a 5. A 5 is also lower than your toughness.
You already know what mine
Captain
is.
Blocks. Ooh, that one next to I've got 9. That overs by 2. That might be enough to get a shaken result, unless you want to use one of those bennies.
Yes, I would like to.
All right. Well, you roll. What's your bigger? A D8. So give an 8 and your wild die a 6. You get to roll both.
8.
8 and your 6.
There it is. Okay.
And you don't have to do much to cancel this out because it was only over by 2. You've just got to get 2.
Oh, you don't want my luck.
You've got lucky and very lucky.
You need better than. Oh!
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. So you will not take damage on that one, and a benny is spent.
You good?
Yes.
A little excited there?
All right. The jack has gone. Who has the next highest card?
5.
I
I
have a
have
5.
a 7?
7.
7. 7, all right.
Master Baker.
I pull out, I whip my purple velvet cape out, and there's a large it's not a satchel, it's a giant Tupperware on a leather strap. And I open it, and it smells delicious. And I pull out a big pumpkin pie. And I was like, oh, you don't want to get near this one. And I huck it at the nearest one.
Does this pumpkin pie have a fuse coming out of it?
Yes,
Lit?
and it is lit.
And a little whipped cream dollop on the top.
I haven't seen him use his evil invention.
Yeah.
Will you make a food science roll?
Yes, I will. That is a D10.
Food science.
Oh. Double ones, baby!
Oh, a critical failure.
Oh my God.
Unfortunately, the fuse somehow got shortened in your Tupperware, and it explodes dramatically right in your hand, covering you in whipped cream and pumpkin pie filling.
Gross. It's all gluten-free though, so.
And your face is
All
darkened.
over me.
Your face is darkened and blackened in the traditional cartoon style.
Right.
Lose your next action.
Scavenger.
Losing.
That's what that says.
Who's
This
next?
tastes pretty good. Maybe I should
5.
get back to baking.
We've got 5
Five
in
goes
reverse
before
alphabetical
And
order.
I'm Spades, so I
Spades
go
goes before hearts.
Yeah, so I get in my little penguin ship.
You're always in your little penguin ship.
Oh.
You just float around in that thing like you're
Yeah.
Professor X in a wheelchair.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's your version of a wheelchair.
So, basically,
It kind of coughs out diesel fumes, you know.
right on the front, there's like two
Ice
headlights, but the 2 headlights just look like sleeping penguins. And then when I press the button, they go, and their beaks open up, and then icicles come out of them, and they shoot. So I get to do shooting.
Correct.
I shoot at them. I got a 5.
That is enough to get a success. One of these little 4-bit things just disappears into a little bit of pixels, showering, raining down on the deck, kind of like a funny form of glitter as it
Feel the
just
wrath of the
explodes.
penguin!
What time of day is it?
It's hard to
It's
say. It's
misty.
misty. It's kind of just perpetually gray here.
Okay, so there's no light source from the sky?
It's dimly lit with no visible, obvious
I
light
know where
source,
he's
like a sun, for
going.
example.
Okay, that's good. So I don't have to. I was gonna have to use my first attack to try and block out the sun in some way.
Wait, but it's Abby's turn.
It's my turn now.
I know. I was trying to think. I'm thinking ahead.
Okay.
I'm not good at it.
Abby,
I'm ready.
Captain Blocks.
Captain blocks me. So, I'm looking at the carnage
and
of
blocks
everything
and
that's going on, and I'm shaking my fist. My mama taught me better than this! So I scramble on to the deck. I'm waddling along because of my leg. I put my leg up on the bridge of the side of the ship somehow.
Oh God, she's
Don't
gonna
fall
do it.
over
She's
again.
doing it for real. She's LARPing, everyone. It's happening.
Okay.
She's LARPing.
I open up my compartment in my leg,
Oh God, thank you.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of things that come out because, they call me MacGyver. So, I'm taking all these little things out, tools and everything that I start to put together, and I put it and make it into a bomb.
It's not your fault they were a choking hazard for children.
There were! I wasn't blamed for that one, not that time. Whew. So, I got my mini bomb here from all the pieces in my leg. Because it's like a TARDIS. And I chuck it at that motherfucker! No! That's what you get!
Give me an athletics roll. That's the top skill on your
Okay.
skills.
D10.
D10! Motherfucker.
Even though you only have one leg, you are incredibly athletic.
Where are you? Ah!
That's a 6 is a success.
Yes!
You throw this improvised explosive in the air, and as it detonates, about a half dozen of these little pixel things explode, raining down more pixels.
Well, crap.
And more of them that scatter across the deck and around into the mist, disappearing beside you.
Nice.
It just continues to...
Is it getting slightly faster?
Yes, it has sped up amazingly. After 5, who do we have?
That
4.
would be myself.
Go,
Coach!
Go.
So I am going to take one of these newly trained wrestling penguins, and I'm going to traditional American Kempo karate, the only true martial art
Traditional
form.
American.
I am going to front Ed Parker, rest in peace. I'm going to front snap kick one of those penguins straight up.
Give me an athletics roll, coach.
That's a D12
I
because
love
I'm a coach.
Oh my God.
11. That's almost
I haven't
2
seen
raises.
a front snap kick like that since Jeff Speakman.
And it is quite the kick. The kind of kick that you could do a 60-yard field goal with if you were back in your all-state days.
Ray guy.
And it hits one, then another, and then a third before slowing down on its arc, punching a line straight through the top of these descending things, scattering pixels all along the deck and falling past you,
You
in
see?
a wonderful
My
little
penguins
ray.
stick out all of them! Superior!
They are superior projectiles.
It would be a 3. You can still go at any time. You remember
I
that.
am 3.
You are 3.
Okay, so a few of these creatures have been taken out of their line.
Yes.
Excellent.
There are little gaps in this
Little
advancing
gaps, you
line.
say. Very well, and since it is
But
dark,
they haven't filled in these gaps. It is though these exact spaces that have been taken out are left precisely open, the exact amount of space that was taken. It's just exactly the way it was. No change in formation.
All right. The first thing I do is I will take the staff of the night, draw upon its unholy powers,
That's impressive stuff.
change my accent to slightly Eastern European. It's part of spell.
Your voice actor was from Milwaukee.
And I'm like, everybody, hold on. This will only take a second.
I turn the sky red, the color of blood.
Ooh, what's going on? This guy's right.
And then, while the aliens are distracted, the space intruders, why they are distracted by the red sky, and also slightly entranced by it, because it looks good. You know, I've been Draculon for a long time. I know it looks good for backlight. Okay? I put my cape up, but then puff of red smoke, turn into a bat, take the place of one of the aliens, flap along and go, and they won't even know it is me. Making a stealth roll and a sorcery roll.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Nice.
Welcome to ZOE Game Night.
The red sky I do not need to roll for, as it is special effect. The stealth roll and the sorcery roll I will have to do.
This is correct.
For stealth I have got a 9.
That is
but
a
I have used the
raise.
staff of the night and its unholy power, which makes that an 11.
Sorry.
That is a raise.
Oh, my Oh my god.
And then, poof, I'm a fucking bat.
Yeah, you take Sid's place up there, and if it weren't for the fact that all of you can in fact clearly see that it is a bat, you would not be able to tell the difference.
Also, the bat has my face and it's going,
It is really unnerving to see. Now at this point, you must
Yes.
go because
Yes. I just.
and I'll be
see
taking
whatever
cards
happens.
back because we got a joker and have to shuffle
There you
before
are.
we do the next initiative.
How is that
So-
enemy looking right now?
What do we get?
There are quite a few of them still coming through the sky.
I use my power of being rich.
Yes.
Summon dual cash guns.
Are you using that using your Amazon Prime Plus Plus?
Yes.
actually has the ability to create as much cash as she wants on command. Cash guns are a perfectly acceptable way to do that.
Cash guns.
Yeah.
Cash guns.
Quarters or dollars?
The cash guns shoot dollars, everyone knows that.
Yes.
They're like the
It's not a change
the
belt for me and
Sacagawea
don't.
dollars.
Yeah,
stripper-
Sacagawea
The
dollar.
Sacagawea dollars.
They're the gold coin, silver dollar. Like,
Gold coin dollars.
They hurt more.
That is, they retain their value better.
Yep.
But she won't shoot more than 10 of them at somebody unless she thinks they're worth it.
yeah.
Wow.
After a little bit, they stop being gold and just gold plated, and then they're just not quite all the way gold plated, and then only on the front of the face where people see them.
And then it's just painted yellow.
Yeah. And by the end, they're just plastic.
I use these for shooting the poor.
Oh my god.
Getting better.
It's an evil
Getting
rich
better.
cat.
This is true. You give me an agility-based
Shall we
roll for your
retire
cash
for
gun.
friskies and cigars later?
Just have a can of Friskies and a cigar.
And
Like,
roll twice because you're shooting 2 cash
There you
guns.
are.
Yes.
I ordered
Nothing
six-
but fancy feast for Bigwig.
I ordered
6
fancy
explodes
feast
again.
again. Fucking rube.
Yes.
Okay.
So the 5 is just a straight
For the
success.
Philistines.
And one of these perfect shots destroys one of these 4 creatures, but the second one with the 17 is 3 raises.
Wow.
And you manage to
Meow
hit
meow mix.
4 of these 4-bit things together.
Plebeian.
Basically putting Draculon, instead of being in a perfect row, now has a cleared out area around him in the middle of this formation as it's moving.
I start recollecting the coins that have fallen back on the deck.
Right.
Oh, did you want to?
Yes, I'm going to need that Joker back because anyone could get it.
You're not gonna get it now.
Oh!
You really showed them.
Sorry.
Like the shillelagh. by the
My
way.
side character came out.
I see that.
That's super sick.
It was like one of the first Christmas presents I got him.
Are you talking about the staff of the night?
The staff of the night.
I
Yes.
like how that just nothing.
I love
That
it.
just
Never
pops
mind.
up. Brett.
No.
You forget about it, like I forgot about it, and then he's just like,
And then
Wham!
it's just like everything's cool, boom, there it
Did you
is!
pass that down?
thank you.
5 again?
He's
5
trying
again.
to really
Hey, what's up?
I don't think he's really shuffling.
I don't think so either.
I
You
literally
just watched me
him.
shuffle.
It's
Yeah,
an illusion.
I think that was a camera trick.
But yeah, I think this is bad shuffling.
I have no idea how to trick deal cards.
That's what he says.
Why would you say that with your hands up? That's how everybody knows you're lying on screen.
Shit.
Yeah, like your camera angle doesn't see your sleeve.
Yeah.
I don't have sleeves.
Just because there's not finished doesn't mean they're not there.
Good point.
Alright.
All right,
So
I've
who
got a
has the
4
highest
over here. He's got the
5?
best one. I see a king over there.
Oh.
Does this king have a Splugorth on it?
Yeah, it has a Splugor slaver on it. It's straight out of Rifts. I mean, it's almost like we like Rift stuff.
Yeah.
That's
I
ridiculous.
mean, who would have a poker deck of Rifts cards? Why would you have
Be
that?
all over you.
Ever.
I
Asking
mean,
permission.
well.
I never heard of the game.
I do feel well.
Well, you're the king, so you're gonna go first.
I am going to go first. I think this time I'm gonna take another one of these penguins because they are such
Yeah, no, they're great.
They call me the
fierce bird of prey.
Right about the time you're picking up this second one, you see the first one, like in the distance, finally come down out of view.
No.
That was quite.
It was a
fight.
kick.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with shot put style this one.
Oh! He must demonstrate all of his athletic
this,
prowess,
like
it
this.
seems. Give me another athletics-based roll.
Actually, it goes here,
Yep,
right?
underneath by the
And
chin.
then
It's a twist, it's a
and then you
twist.
do the
Yeah.
twist.
Oh,
That's
nice.
good. That was good.
Sorry.
Better form that
I was a
time.
shot
Thank
Give
you.
me an athletics roll. Show off those sports skills of the
Alright, here we
coach.
go.
I was a shot putter in high school.
A 7 is a success. You shot put this penguin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the guy.
Which is rather surprised at being shot put and lets out a very terrifying penguin noise just before impact.
Oh my god!
This poor bit thing.
They played the
There are some things that penguins just aren't meant to do.
Oh god, the poor
Bless
penguin.
They can't all make it.
They
Bless
can't.
you
They
all
can't.
over there.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. The penguins know about sacrifice.
How many penguins do we have left?
I can make.
How many undocumented workers did we hire?
I thought we had about 5 or so.
Then we have about 5.
You made all of them penguins?
Penguins are the superior race. I was doing them a favor. I
Plus
don't know
they
what to
eat
tell
less
you.
during the trip.
Yeah.
We are all villains.
So we have no one to row the ship, is what you're saying.
I count about 6 of us.
We've got Dracula and Storm.
Yeah.
Who's after
All we
King?
Probably one of the many 5s.
Yeah.
We have
Or
a
a
6
6.
over here.
I have a 6.
Then the 6 it will be.
Okay, well, now I'm taking out my pistol
We have to
because
start yelling at our
I've
turn.
already used all sorry. I gotta use my pistol.
All right.
Because I've already used my hidden treasure the first time
This
around.
is true.
Wait a minute, what?
And he's
Yes.
playing with his staff. She's got hidden treasure, and they call me the dirty one.
Your name's
Yes.
the Master Baker.
Thank
I'm
you!
very good at baking.
Captain Blocks
What do you
included
want from
hidden
me?
treasures ended up being a choking hazard. I'm just going to put that out there.
Hidden treasure's a choking hazard. Yeah.
I'm not dying, you're dying. Sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Choked out of blocks.
Yeah.
I choked on a penguin.
It's very easy to do.
Oh. Did y'all get any more blue?
Well, I mean, if you keep
Wow.
playing with it, yeah.
I don't think I can.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh my. So give me a roll for this shooting of your pistol.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought we were turning everything into.
No, you're right. No, it's super good.
Bang, bang, cowboy. Sorry. Okay.
That's a different one.
Welcome to ZOE Game Day.
I think we've said that like 4 times already.
We have.
What am I
It's just
doing?
how it
I'm-
be, yo.
What am
So
I
Sometimes
doing?
you do
it
not
be like
possess
that.
the shooting skill, so use your agility score,
I'm
which
gonna
is the
use-
top.
My Jilly, that's a D8. I got this. I got this.
That's good. That's helpful.
Master Baker, you like that motion?
He doesn't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
That 6 explodes. Roll it
Yeah,
again.
Roll that again.
Sifting, I believe.
10 is a raise. Now this pistol, which is a very block-like pirate-style wheel-lock pistol, when it discharges, kicks out the biggest cloud of thick black smoke when
I'm
it
doing
fires,
this
and
Amazonian
launches
style.
this really weird-shaped cylinder-like block, much like the ship is made of, out of the barrel through
ready.
the air and through several of these flying space intruder things, blowing them apart into pixels.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Very productive.
All right.
I'm
I
5
appreciate
spades.
5 of clubs.
5 of hearts.
that. Oh my
So
God.
her, then me, then you.
Right, yeah, because it's reverse alphabet.
Yep.
Oh, the
So
vibes.
I'm going
Yes.
to.
Actually, I'm gonna go to
All of these pixels have been falling as we hit
Yes.
all of them.
The deck is
So,
littered with them.
I'm going to collect pixels and I'm going to make a giant pixel penguin who is then
yo.
going to dive into the space invaders.
Pixel penguin.
Yes.
Pixel penguin, because I have
Sick.
gadgeteer and fix it and weird science and whatever other skill you want.
Roll
me
to build it.
build it. Build it.
You've got some science skills over
Science?
there.
You want me to use science? Okay. Oh yeah. hell yeah. All right. For build it.
That 6 explodes.
So that
And
becomes
11. That is a
I
raise.
Do I get my +2 on either die?
Yes.
Because I have a D12 +2 for science.
Oh,
Then you have to add the 2 to it.
Yep.
But it doesn't matter which one, right? So that's
Both
a
of them.
13.
That is a 13, which is 2 raises. You've slapped together a 8-foot tall, pixelated, multicolored. The color just isn't right. Penguin.
Yeah.
It's a lot of.
The patterning is right. The colors
There's
just
a lot of
aren't.
pixels.
Because these things were like very bright colors.
Yeah.
None of them were black or white.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't contrast enough with the background so much. White a little bit, but none of them have black pixels.
Yeah. It's okay. It's a rainbow penguin. And
It
it's
is a
beautiful.
rainbow penguin.
Does it have
made
rainbow
coin
entirely
eyes?
of pixels.
Happy Pride
Actually,
Month,
can
y'all.
I make him look like our friend?
It is a sombreroed,
sombrero.
luchador looking.
He has
El
a mask.
Vagabundo.
Yeah, El Vagabundo. He's got a mask. That's how you know he's this bad guy. He looks like this. The penguin, 8-foot penguin.
It's
Oh,
going
man.
to take your turn to build it, and that's all you'll get to
fine.
do for your turn.
I'm building
Next.
that penguin.
Next is me, and I am still sneaking as a bat with a vampire man face
I gotta go to the bathroom.
in the line of bad peoples. How many of them are left?
Probably a few dozen.
Excellent.
There's still quite a bit of them, but there are little gaps that go all the way through. Which we'll punch through.
I will fly up to one, real subtle like, and I will be like, "You are under my control!" Real quiet like that. And I will put that alien under my mental domination and force him into a feeding frenzy upon his brothers.
Wowzers.
Yeah.
Oh man, so are they like aware of their situation like we are? Are they just like corporate grind like?
These
They're
are such
very
as
sentient.
Who knows what goes on in the 4-bit mind?
How terrified?
I don't get to use my staff for
Are
this,
we?
so I only
No.
got a 7.
That is still a success. You overpower the exceedingly limited programming of this 4-bit machine. While they don't have the mouse or the capability to feed, it does the closest it can do to causing that much
Well, I just have
havoc
it
and
fly
damage.
towards friends and
So-
explode.
Well, it does the closest it can do to cause as much havoc and damage, which in this case is to simply stop moving. Whereas the ramming into him, several of them collide and impact, and then the row gets down and gets mushed into this ball of pixels that falls down.
Congratulations, intruders! I have made you look fools!
And there cannot be more than a dozen of these things still just going back and forth on their way down.
Hey guys, I totally did something.
I'm
Who's
about
next?
to do something.
Me.
Does it have to do with
I
the
lead
penguin?
with
Oh,
my
look, it
number
does.
5.
The penguin right there.
First, Pax, if you buy a shake weight for the studio, I will find a way to use it every game. Just saying. If you do that,
He's
that's a
really
promise.
been trying to tone his tries. Tries?
Try.
Tries?
Yes.
Tries?
Is that what it
Yeah,
does?
yeah.
Does it tone your tries?
10 minutes a day,
Everything.
every day does wonders.
Everything.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to pull out another pie and be like, let's try that again. And I'm going to try and huck it far away from him. Like somewhere not in
Well,
his
considering
part
how
of
good
the
you
line.
were last time, it's probably going to hit him. Go ahead.
Dude, what the?
Hey, that's a 5.
That's a good balance. That
5
That's a
is
magical
a
pie,
success.
Well, shit.
Okay,
Give me
cool.
pumpkin pie damage.
That is 2d6. 3d6 with a raise. I did not get a raise.
Pumpkin pie
4.
damage.
Yes, he throws a pie with a lit fuse, and it detonates, and the smell of pumpkin spice permeates the air as half of these remaining dozen pixelated creatures are blown
You
into a
idiot!
mix
You'll attract white women.
of pixels and pumpkin pie.
You will taste defeat!
Oh, that was good. You will taste defeat.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you.
Kind of his catchphrase.
Well played.
I like that.
Thank you very much.
Down to the 4s. I have a 4 of spades, which will go before your 4 of diamonds. Mwahahaha.
Oh God, he said wahaha.
Yeah.
We could be in trouble, folks.
We could.
I've got enough to fire at all of you once as the line moves and drops, except for your case because they can only move forward and down and fire down. They can't turn around and fire backwards or go back the way they came.
Wait, seriously?
No, they can't.
Oh,
It's almost like they were set on a predestined program.
that sucks for them.
Yeah, it really does.
Sorry, bros.
I've got a 3 on Professor Dr. Wacko. I have a 5 on Coach.
Nope.
Nope.
Coach.
Bigwig Fat Cat, I have a 5 on. Also, no. Captain Blocks, I've got a 9 on. And 5 for
That
yourself.
matches my parry against range.
Still not going to do it then. So I've got 1 to roll damage on with the potential going against 7
None of them
toughness.
attacked me.
They continue to move forward and down. 5 doesn't beat your toughness of 7.
Oh, I was ready.
You're next with a 4 of diamonds. I will take the cards. These do not get shuffled back in because no one drew a joker.
Which means we're pretty much out of
Thank
4s and
you.
5s.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Thank you.
I am
Might
ready
get
for the
something
3.
above a 6.
Come on, 2.
Can I get a 9?
Deuce.
6, 9.
Okay.
Hi.
Big wigs, fat cat.
Big wig fat cat.
Am I gonna have to separate you two?
All I'm saying is for your next
Mostly
burlesque
'cause I wanna
shows,
Smells so good.
like one of these characters has to be your next burlesque character. Is all I'm saying.
I mean, the master baker. It's in the name.
It's already there.
It's in the
It
cream.
writes itself.
I just feel like the Dracula is pretty sexy.
Captain Blocks. I mean, you can't go wrong with that.
I like Big Wig Fat Cat.
We all like Big Wig Fat Cat. That was my favorite one to make.
All right. So, since I am an exclusive member of Amazon Prime
Plus. This means instantaneous delivery of
it's not
things that you
Amazon
order.
Platinum Prime Plus Plus, but it's pretty good.
They can find us out here in the mist.
Yeah.
With Amazon
Well, and it's
Prime
not as
Plus
good
Plus,
as
they can find you on the moon.
what was the other service?
The Amazon Platinum Prime Plus
Yeah,
Plus?
Prime Plus. They actually set up a module outside of your house so that they can just bring you stuff before you even order it.
No.
You get it delivered before you order it.
Oh my god.
You know, like that magazine you were gonna order on Monday, they knock on your door and you thought
It's right
you were gonna
there.
order this. Here you go.
Yeah, I'll give it to you Sunday.
As a
Sunday
Platinum
night.
Prime Plus member, we know what you're going to buy before you buy it.
I like this.
And we
service.
moved in next door. Bezos! He'll be here someday.
So,
Well, that's funny.
I
see what you
summon
did
a
there.
private jet
A private jet.
Yes, Pops.
with Big Wig Fat Cat and a just on the side
Meow,
of the plane.
baby.
Exactly.
So you bring one of your private jets.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I'm going to be on the private jet. I'm not going to be flying it because that is for
Well, other people do those jobs for you.
more.
Yeah.
And they're always cats for you for some reason.
Yes.
All of your
always.
manservants, drivers, butlers are always cats.
See, at least my penguins aren't assholes. Like a cat.
No, they're just projectiles.
Helpful.
And used to be people.
Let's not forget that.
So that's going to be your action to summon forth this private jet and
Yes.
board it. You have boarded a private jet.
Yes.
What
do I
need?
Do I need to
Cats
roll?
that are the
No,
flesh and
that's
no
going to be your
being
action, but
orphan.
that's going to be
Oh.
Weeping homeless orphan.
Cats are just in the flight attendants.
Weeping cold homeless orphans.
But don't worry, if they're homeless, they can get jobs wrestling him.
The penguins are better dressed. They
See,
Bucks a buck,
see,
you
it's,
know?
it's
Oh, yeah.
creating a network. I'm helping them
Well, the
network.
flight attendants aren't the
You're
orphans
helping
on
them
this
garner
case.
experience.
The orphans were created
Giving
in order
them
to
exposure.
buy this other private
They
jet.
had to be, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the more private jets are generally why you close down orphanages and children's hospitals and buy up mortgages and kick people out on their butts.
At least they get a cool uniform.
It was a really good board game, guys. It was a really good board game.
I mean, I would play
Not
this
at
board
all
game,
depressing.
honestly.
Yeah.
If you had like 3 weeks to finish it.
3 weeks to finish it and like all of your faith in humanity.
You won when you got out of debt and paid off your house, and everyone else
died.
didn't. Yeah,
my
but you had that before you died. That was the premise of the board game.
Yep.
I'm
out of
like
debt.
really sheltered because I don't think I played any of this stuff as a kid.
We made all of this crap up.
Okay.
Today.
Good.
These are all
I
fictionalized
had to pass
representations of real
I
things.
super thought for a second that barbarian.
Princess
What-
Barbaria,
Okay.
Princess of Barbaria.
I was like, oh, okay, so he's talking like Xena.
Seriously?
And, like, She-Ra.
She has all the luck in the
That
world.
sounded so convincing.
What? Okay, it's balancing out
it a
Lucky
Joker?
from a
Is it a
couple.
Joker?
Here you go.
That's
Wow.
not good luck.
Right.
I got a 2!
Hey.
You got an ace, I got a queen.
We traded.
I got a 3.
It's balancing out
right,
Lucky
I have an
from a
ace.
couple weeks ago.
So unless you're going to interrupt with your Joker, the ace will go first.
You get the Joker again?
Yeah.
Sick.
No!
You know, that means she gets all her bennies back, too, right? Except she hasn't used any.
bennies,
Just use them all the time. You've got 5. You've got more than everybody.
If you don't want to use them to absorb damage, you can use them to reroll dice.
Ah, okay.
So
Most
even if
people
you're
end up using them to
so even
absorb
if you're
damage.
unlucky, you're lucky.
Yeah, and of course I also got the sorry.
No
I
worries.
forget about Bendy's.
It's
I
gone.
used my Benny first time round. 'Cause-
All right, so it's going to be the ace unless you're interrupting.
Actually, I think I am interrupting.
Good.
All right, you go
'Cause
first
I
in
just
your
summoned this
private jet.
Jet,
You did.
I gotta use it.
Yeah.
I go through, and I just take them out.
You run down, you run them down.
I
Is
run
it
them
an
down.
F, is it an F-14 or is it an F-8 or
It's huge.
It's a private jet.
okay, so it's like a Black Hawk,
737.
kind
Like a
of? Or is
G6.
it, it's a
Like a
777.
It's a G6 private
It's
jet.
playing as I'm
Okay.
sipping my cocktail, watching
You know?
pixels fly past.
So I
the
just want to get
window.
this straight that an extremely wealthy individual has boarded their vehicle and is running down. Mm-hmm. Okay, just we're getting this good picture.
We never
Oh, yeah.
established they were sentient.
We super did though. We talked about their
We
thoughts
totally
and
did.
stuff.
We did. Okay.
Give me a smarts-based roll.
4-bit level programming at that time.
Oh, wow.
It's not that simple.
It's not that
Yeah,
sentient.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
base level. Same sentience for like
it's
a
a 9.
like a naked
That
bull.
is a 9. Wow.
Oh my God, Pax said, can you give a Benny to an orphan for a home?
No.
It's so good. Sadly, that is not how the game works.
Oh no.
Bigwig Batcat doesn't believe in charity.
Well, she believes in it, but it's like a swear word.
Charity.
We're slowly
It's like if you said the C
working
word.
towards the idea of giving people
Charity.
a livable wage. We haven't gotten to the charity yet.
Yes, clearly also starts
So a
with
9
C.
is a raise. You crash this jet straight into these 4-bit pixelated characters,
Dude, watch out!
blowing through them, almost ramming
Bro!
Draculon,
And you couldn't give
and
us
just
the jet?
scattering
We did
their
it.
bits and pieces all over the deck of the ship. The ones that you don't impact end up going into the little turbines of the jet, and then just fountaining out the back in this glorious glittery like spray of
Like
like
that
this.
scene from
It's
the
glitter.
from the Incredibles. You know?
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
capes.
And these space intruders are no more.
Cool.
really?
I'm going to take the rest of the pixels and just reinforce my pixel penguin that I made, and pixel penguin is staying with us.
There's just a giant like mech penguin.
So you're
It's
just
an 8-foot pixel rainbow penguin.
so you're just gonna keep that.
Yep.
On the ship.
You
At
know,
this point,
maybe
we will not need
instead of
these. The combat has
Ignoring
ended
who
with
we
Oh
are.
man.
a G6 ramming
Into
and
the
running
rest
down.
of them.
So a wealthy person runs down the opposition, and that's how that ended.
Yeah.
It's a metaphor.
Fairly standard. It's a metaphor for America.
Jesus.
America.
America!
I believe the majority of this episode is a metaphor for America.
American.
Dude, totally. So
Very easily distracted.
With them
by
gone,
healthy
we
choice.
took out the space intruders.
That took forever.
Where does the map say we are, Captain?
Looks like we are in the mist.
It's kind of hard to say exactly where
Yeah, I
you
think
are.
we can safely put that under
There
the
are no
shit
points of
category.
reference for navigation.
I would like
You
to put,
believe that you're following a course that Dr. Professor or Professor Dr. Whitehead laid out, but without any reference points to visibly navigate, it's impossible to be 100% certain that that is the actual course you're on.
I also put Pixel Penguin at the edge of the ship as our like guiding light because you said it was very dark, but the pixels kind of lit up the area. So Pixel Penguin can light.
Can we name him Pete?
Pixel Penguin. Pixel Penguin Pete.
Oh my God. Pixel Penguin.
You're
Triple
clever.
Pete, Pixel
Pickle
Penguin.
penguins.
Pete,
Because
Pixel
he's gotta have a name.
Penguin. Pete Pixel Penguin.
Now we're attached to him because we gave him a name, so he can't die. If he does, it's real bad.
Oh no.
Pete.
He's one of us.
someone was.
I'm
Yeah, we just call him 3P.
3PO.
I knew she'd like that.
So I'm glad you at least added another name in there. So it wasn't
As
Pete.
a vampiric style creature, I am able to change my form into anything that a vampire could turn into. Can I also communicate with those kinds of creatures?
On occasion.
Excellent. I turn into mist.
You turn into mist.
And I ask the mist how far it is to the island.
The mist is not just mist. When you form into it and can hear it and communicate with it, you hear the voices of failed talk radio.
Oh,
Hey, welcome to the
You say yourself.
This is Biggie and the Jet. We've got our first missed caller on the line. Hi, I haven't talked to a soul in thousands of years. How are you?
hey, how's it going? Long time listener, first time caller. I was wondering how far it is, from my position to this island that I'm looking for, because I've been out here for a long time. I'm on the road.
My favorite thing.
Let me cut to the Jet for the answer.
Love the show. Love the show. By the by.
We got here. So, I'm hearing what you're saying. But I don't think you're telling me the whole problem here. I think you got a lot you need to get off your chest. So why don't you just talk to me, open up to our listeners at home, and tell us what's on your mind.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess it all started when they took our jobs. I know you can relate to that.
They took your jobs.
They took our jobs. So now we got to get to this island and, maybe try and get those jobs back.
Trying to get your jobs back.
Well, that's only the second part of what we're trying to do. You see, as a group, we're trying to bring back talk radio.
Bring back. Now there is an admirable goal.
Well, of course, we got to get to the island first. I'm going to try a persuasion roll.
As quickly as possible.
Six. Well, it's funny you should mention that island. I believe that you should be coming up on it right about now.
Oh, crap.
After these commercial messages.
That's right. The ship literally crashes out of the mist into solid object that wasn't there seconds ago.
Ow, my.
It's a beach-like island, rocks all over it, scattered about halfway up. There's a door, a wooden traditional office interior style door, much like the one to this studio is. With a little nameplate over it that you can't quite read from here. And then in front of it is a desk. And there's a young man sitting at the desk typing away. And there are chairs all over the place in a big, almost rectangle. And people are sitting in these chairs. Animated people, toys, cartoons. Some of them, the two of you, from being longtime residents, recognize as people that disappeared long ago. Just left Merge and went out to seek.
Holy crap, Bosco!
Come on, Yakko, where you been? Hey! I've been looking for you!
Betty M. effing Boop. How the hell have you been?
Tom? Jerry? Is that you?
Oh, they got
Hi!
Baby Boo.
Oh,
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, they haven't anymore though, guys.
Do we get
They
to
canceled
picture
again.
of
They got
Reboot?
canceled again.
They had like
Can
4
you give me a
reboots.
This is what's before you. This is the island that you've crashed into.
Do we get to pitch our reboot? I feel like maybe each of us needs to pitch our
Oh
reboot.
my god, I want to pitch my reboot so bad. I walk up to, I fluff out my cape. I take my candy cane scepter in hand.
You have an
And I
appointment?
waltz up.
You have an appointment?
What? What do you mean an appointment?
Of course I have an appointment. I am the baking master.
Baking master, baking master.
Try master.
No. Sorry, you're not on the list here. If you want, I can try and pencil you in for December the 2nd, 3752.
Are you sure? You should check again. One more time.
No baking master.
A lot of 90s kids, you know, they're adults now. They want to buy things.
I don't see a baking master here.
Is there a master baker?
Try and cross-reference sugar plum tartlet.
Sugar plum tartlet.
Or try master baker. I'm trying to
One
rebrand.
word.
What did you say?
Master baker.
Master baker.
I'm trying to
Sure, buddy.
rebrand.
Sure, buddy. Sugar plum. I'm seeing something here. CW, maybe?
That sounds like live-action Reboot with lots of 20-somethings acting like they're teen-somethings having sex with each other.
I am trying to rebrand. This is making it very hard.
What? That's perfect for a master baker.
I know. I guess I don't need a rebrand. I guess I need a live-action horny reboot.
Funny you say that. Master Baker I have here down for a Fornication Studios special.
Yeah, the Rule 34 podcast. That's very popular right now.
Take me back to merch.
Wait,
no.
Just hold on. Don't be too... I may have a plan.
Okay.
Why don't you just take a seat over there, Master Baker?
Okay.
Oops. Oh God, it got hot. What's going on back there?
Well, you had a whole group, and the master baker walks up to you, and the first thing you do is rub one out.
A little on the nose.
Christian.
What? He got rid of the master baker right away.
God!
When in doubt, go blue.
He even used a rubber.
Look at him. He's really upset. His chicken is choked.
His position is peaked.
His pretzel is twisted.
His meat has been slapped.
And that's on the internet now.
His nuts are really hard.
All right.
I think you should go over and try turning that knob.
As long as you don't get in the way of the monkey that's over there, because you know if you spank the monkey.
Are
it's
any
really
of our
bad.
names on the list, sir?
Who are you?
Okay.
You're the one with the best chance.
Professor Dr. Wacko.
Professor Dr. Wacko.
I would like to pitch him.
Robo Rex the Squirrel.
Oh wait, are we doing this as modern day?
Try pitching Super Smash Bros. I hear everyone is here.
I was gonna pitch.
I've got Robo Rex down here.
Robo Rex is a son of a bitch.
Robo Rex is on my list.
Yeah. Okay, hear me out. What if Robo Rex was a penguin?
So the next name on the list.
My plan was to pitch Madagascar 5. All about penguins.
Captain Blocks.
Who's that?
Captain Blocks.
BLOX Blocks.
Captain Blocks.
Yes.
Probably a swashbuckly, piratey adventure kind of thing.
Non-curvy.
I don't have a Captain Blocks on this, but funny you mentioned that is I've got a special note here from a Sydney Studios looking for pirate-related things.
That's me. I can do it. Me.
Why don't you have a seat over there?
But that's so far
Hey, right
away.
on.
I can't even get
Hey,
there
this
with
could
my
be your
leg.
big break. Go get it.
With my leg.
This place that he pointed out, you've noticed that there are 5 chairs and only one of them is occupied, and it's right next to the door as opposed to laid out watching the desk.
That's a good spot to be at.
Got it.
And the only people that are there you see are furiously reading scripts.
I'm ready.
You got this.
And as you approach the chair and sit down, another gentleman kind of just appears from nowhere, looks you up and down. Oh yeah, pirate! And hands you a script and then disappears.
What number are you on the call?
Ooh. this is a.
Can you read?
I think so. Can I read?
All
I
right.
don't even think I
I
can.
may have a way in.
What does it say?
The language is a little different. It's very modernized in compared to the 80s lingo you're used to.
Oh. Oh, there's stuff on here like on fleek? What does that mean?
What?
There's like
a hip new teenage
Not
pirate
true.
series.
Okay.
Also in the CW?
No.
Also on the CW.
Why? Why? It's because you said something. Why?
It's because I'm a horrible person.
It's all your fault.
Do you have Bigwig Fat Cat on there?
Oh yes, I have a pitch to come back. You know all the fun of corporate tax returns. It's like that. but with
Stop
no
talking.
hope.
Nothing for Bigwig Fat Cat. We're not taking anyone with fat in their name at this time.
What about with the PH? I can change it to have a PH.
It's physics.
That's very
dated.
Plus size cat? Plus.
That's a new category we're looking at is plus size.
Oh my god.
There you go.
Big wig. Plus size kitty.
Would you be interested in a name change?
Sounds so dirty.
Sure.
And this is my
As
main
long as
bro,
you hear me up on that
Coach.
corporate tax return thing.
We'll see what we can do.
His name is Coach. It could be maybe, I don't know, a reboot of Coach.
Coach.
I would play the Jerry Van Dyke character.
Or you could play the Craig T. Nelson character because your name is actually Coach.
Oh yeah, it looks like Fox wants to reboot Coach.
Make more sense.
Fox?
I'm your man. Does he train?
I need a white, middle-class, average, very generic-looking conservative man. Does that fit you?
That fits me to a T. And we're back to the American metaphor again.
I don't think we ever left.
Why don't you have a seat next to the pirate over there, and we'll get to casting when we can.
And one more name. Draculon, space wizard vampire.
Are the Wachowskis looking for a new project?
How do you feel about anime?
You know, I'm glad I asked. Sleep.
But you can get like 20,000
Hold on.
seasons from that.
Staff of the night, I call once again upon your dark powers to summon 5 eye patches. I summon the eye patches using my magical powers.
You summon eye
9.
patches.
I got a raise.
Patches.
I pass the eye patches out to my comrades. Awake!
I put it on the monocle side.
Hi, we're here about the pirate job.
Oh, pirates! Why don't you guys have a seat over there? And that, ladies and gentlemen, has been ZOE Game Night. I want to thank all of you for joining us, watching and playing along. I hope you had a good time.
Yeah.
This demonstrates the insanity of the things that we do in this studio. Make sure that you don't miss out on a continuation of the Metapocalypse coming this Monday.
Yeah, big one.
We got table takes going on tomorrow.
Yep.
Yes, I'll be there.
You'll be there?
I'll be there.
You'll actually be there? Are you
Yeah.
sure you're going to be there?
I will.
Are you sure?
God willing. Barring some unforeseen thing, don't anybody jinx me.
Table takes tomorrow, 11 a.m. on this channel. We host it. It also is on the Gen Con channel.
Yes.
Make sure you check out that Journey Quest 4 Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Even if you've already contributed, even if you can't contribute $1, if you can spread the word, if you can kick it around to some friends, share it in some of your other social media groups. You know, just send the word out, because some of these people really need jobs.
It's true.
Yep.
I'm some people.
Get it out there on your MySpace, people.
Absolutely.
Or your live journal, please.
MySpace also lives in merch.
Well, maybe not all of MySpace, but Tom is definitely in our support group.
Are we here next Thursday?
Thursday? Because it's the 4th.
I don't believe
I
that
don't
we're going to
believe
do
we are
next
here.
Thursday.
Yeah, nobody will be in the studio who can actually run any of the equipment. So no.
Yeah.
No.
So it'll just be me here in a dark room with no cameras on.
I think I'll just stay home. We'll just stay home.
Yeah, I think we're just going to stay home.
We'll
So
stay
there
home.
will be no ZOE game night on the 4th of July, American Independence Day.
Yes, but we're going to be still
It's
doing
not English Independence
most
Day.
victorious character, not on that day, but day before or day after.
From England.
It's English offloading day.
English offloading day.
Yes, it's the day that we
Is that
got
like when
rid
you-
of the U.S.
How clever.
Do you have one for all of the countries that you've lost over the centuries?
Yeah. For every colony,
That
you
would
know?
take
Do you have like
forever.
a bye-bye Hong
We
Kong day?
actually have a little book.
Tell me the one for
Here's the thing, it's not that little.
It's like a pocket constitution, but it's just a list of all the.
You guys couldn't even hold on to like Europe.
They're trying to do their best right now,
You lost
unfortunately. We have someone in
They're trying to do their Brexit right now.
I want to give some very special thanks to Bobby Brown for joining us as a guest.
Thanks for having me. What a blast. Thank
Well,
you.
Super
Well-
fun.
You'll come back and see us again sometime?
Yeah, we can come back and play this again.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Maybe not this exact thing.
We do different things every ZOE game night. They're not always this crazy. Sometimes they're a lot crazier.
Sounds wonderful.
Sometimes
I'm
we
in.
don't even get to the plot.
I know, right?
Hey, what are you talking about? We got there.
Yeah.
Well, in most cases in ZOE game night, I came up with the plot in 15 minutes before I got out of the car here. So getting through it isn't always that big of a deal.
Today we actually spent time making characters. I thought,
Yeah. Again, usually it's in the car.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was too ridiculous of a concept to pass up.
No, it was that was so much fun. I really enjoyed Merge. I hope we get to go back there at some point.
I think so.
I do.
It's
Yeah.
it's got a very Wreck-It Ralph feel to it in a lot of
Yeah.
ways.
It does.
Exactly.
Oh my
Especially
Which
when
was
it's
something
playing
I
up-
wasn't even aware of.
Yeah,
We
you've
talked
never
about
seen
doing
that. We
no.
talked about that earlier. I'm like, this sounds
I
like
can't
Wreck-It
do
Ralph.
the-
You're like, I don't know what that is. Is it a movie of some kind?
I can't do the Pixar.
I appreciate
Oh, yeah. Some people are
It's
like
because
that.
it makes James have real feelings and he doesn't want to admit that he has real feelings.
No, it's because Pixar gives me migraines.
I'm out.
Oh, that's terrible.
Maggie just mic dropped. Did you check that? Oh.
Wow.
That's gonna leave a mark.
Actually, Maggie, it's because Pixar gives me migraines.
No.
I don't like that style of
Migraines from
animation.
feelings or feelings from migraine?
Feeling nothing more than.
But thank you all. Love you all. Good night.
Copyrights.
Bye.
Night.
Take it easy.
Good night, everybody. See you next time.
Good night.